What's happening? How's everybody doing? Salute to everybody out there. Salute. Salute. Salute, salute, salute. 666 Kinski. Straight Chad. Everybody in the building, man. Shout out to all you guys. Salute. Salute. We are going in tonight. We got a lot to get into, man.
So a source briefed on the Venezuelan operation told me that a handful of American troops sustained bullet and shrapnel wounds, but none are life-threatening. Can you share with us how serious any injuries to American service members might be, and also any information you can tell us about any Venezuelan civilian casualties?
Yes. Well, let me take the second part first, which is that the overwhelming share of casualties and fatalities that were inflicted were against the Cuban guard that had exerted control over the people of Venezuela. So what many don't realize is that for years, Maduro stayed in power through an illicit deal with Cuban communists to provide his security because he didn't trust his own people to keep him safe. That is how much he was hated inside.
Look at how hostile Jake is. Jake is so hostile and so angry. This is a great day, Jake. A people a brown people, a people of color have been liberated from a tyrannical despot. Why is he so angry, man? Why is Jake so mad?
Of Venezuela. So what our special forces encountered when they did that daring midnight assault into Caracas were armed Cuban guards, and they sustained massive numbers of casualties. I can't give you an exact number. The numbers that you've seen in terms of the Cuban guards publicly reported are probably lower than the actual number that were killed. To your first question, no, none of the, at least as I've been briefed, none of the injuries are life-threatening. Everybody is stable. And it just underscores the remarkable skill, precision, courage, and capability of our special forces. And I wanted to set the table one more time for your audience. I'm sure you've talked about it at length already, but the United States of America launched an assault force into Venezuela.
Yeah, Jake is pissed about this. Jake wants those Venezuelans still to be under the thumb of a dictator, man. Damn, Jake. Are you mad that these people are free in Venezuela? These liberals are psychopaths, man. Press one. These liberals are sheer and utter psychopaths. This is a day of celebration.
Territory,
right,
which has sophisticated air defense systems, which has sophisticated surveillance systems, which has weaponry that they've received that can take out planes and helicopters from our foreign adversaries. They've been stockpiling for years in anticipation of the possibility of such an action.
Right.
Maduro was staying in a military fortress. In other words, since the United
Here's the part, Jake, where you don't have to ask questions. Just let the guy on the inside who has all the intel cook. You don't have to ask questions. You can just sit back and just look mad because he's giving you information that you weren't privy to because he's Stephen Miller and you're not. So just sit back and let him cook, Jake. Jake trying to change the subject because he's talking about a win. Stephen Miller's talking about a win. He's talking about a show of American strength and force, a marvelous display of America, fuck yeah. You know what I mean? We just busted a big fat nut on the globe. And Jake's pissed off about it.
United States had started amassing this armada under President Trump's leadership and direction.
Yeah.
He'd increasingly narrowed the scope of his own movement. He was sleeping in a fortress.
Yeah,
and so we flew into Caracas.
Yeah.
These special forces engage in direct gunfire with elite Cuban guards.
Why are you trying to cut him off, Jake? He's saying something very. This is a great soundbite. Why is Jake trying to cut this off? Why is he trying to cut this off? He's telling you about the Cuban Guard and all that stuff and him sleeping in a fortress. And you don't hear nothing about none of that. You just want to move on to... See, he wants to ask a question that's going to make Trump look bad. Press 1. He wants to ask a question that's going to, throw smut and mud and kind of like tarnish the operation. He wants to bring up some hate or some bullshit that some naysayer has said.
And every single kill was an enemy kill.
So there were no civilian casualties?
Well, I didn't see any reports of any civilian casualties. But my point is that in this raging gunfire battle that took place, the point that I'm making to you is no Americans were killed.
Right.
Because of the planning, skill, and preparation, the enemy sustained massive losses.
Yeah.
Not one of our assets was lost. Not one of our people was lost.
So let's talk about...
That's a great thing, Jake. Why wouldn't you just at least say, that's great? Well, that's good. Jake, think about how anti-American he is. He was just told that we had a raging gun battle with the Cuban Guard of Venezuela, and not one American was killed. It's whatever.
Was lost, not one of our people was lost.
So let's talk about what next. Delcy Rodriguez was formally sworn as Venezuela's acting president this afternoon. She was the vice president. She described the U.S. intervention as, quote, without a doubt, Zionist in character, unquote. Is acting President Rodriguez someone that the U.S. can work with?
So the acting president put out a statement. I want to say, Jake, it was last night, pledging cooperation with the United States, pledging full and complete cooperation.
But they also just passed a law saying that if you supported the operation against outlawing individuals or threatening with criminal penalties individuals if they supported the operation against Maduro. I think they did that today.
Well, the good news there, Jake, is that nobody inside of Venezuela supported the operation, so it's a law without meaning or effect. Look, Jake, there's going to be some posturing that occurs when a nation has been so thoroughly defeated in this way. The United States of America, think about this, Jake. The United States of America has encircled this nation for...
Why is Jake blinking so much? What does it mean when you blink that much? Jake is blinking. Damn. Jake. Golly, man. Why is Jake blinking so much? I'm gonna look this up, man. I want to see why he's blinking so loud, man. Okay. Okay. All right, I see why he's blinking so much. Blinking a lot. Excessive blinking in psychology often signals heightened emotional states like anxiety, stress, excitement, cognitive load, acting as subconscious signal of mental activity, focus shifts, even deception, though it can also stem from physical issues like dryness of eyes or neurological tics. Well, no, I think it says it's a nonverbal cue reflecting inner mental or emotional turmoil. Oh, shit. Yeah, Jake is going through it, man. Having to listen to the recounting of this big fat nut that America in the Trump administration busted on the globe. He hates this, man.
Or effect. Look, Jake, there's going to be some posturing that occurs when a nation has been so thoroughly defeated in this way. The United States of America, think about this, Jake. The United States of America has encircled this nation for months. One of the largest naval armadas in history has been stationed off its coast.
Yeah.
Fighter jets have been encircling the island. We've been engaging in kinetic lethal strikes against Maduro's drug boats and trained Iraqi gang members leaving the island.
Yeah.
We have launched a complete oil embargo of the ghost fleet, the dark ships.
We've
and
been
now
covering
on
all
top
of it.
of that,
Yeah.
and now on top of all that,
Look at him. He doesn't want to hear about American strength and power. He wants to come in and try to find something wrong. This would be a good time to shut up, Jake. Jake's a hater, man. Jake's a hater. I think we should hate haters. I don't think there's nothing wrong with hating haters, man.
right? Maduro is sitting in a jail cell in New York, as is his wife. So of course there's going to be, this is very important though, of course there's going to be some posturing.
Okay.
Without giving anything away, I want to be very clear. Very clear. The government has sent messages.
You got one of the president's closest aides and advisors on your show, and you're constantly trying to cut him off to shift gears from what he's saying. That's arrogance, hubris, hatred, just a dumb. Because you could get the scoop. You getting the scoop on your show, and you trying to cut him off. And you looking all bored and like you obviously are not happy about what happened. Those Venezuelans being freed. He acting like a woman, man, a bitch. He acting like a bitch, rolling his eyes and sucking his teeth and making faces and shit. Jake is a bitch.
This is such an important point, Jake. To the Secretary of State, to our senior U.S. government official negotiators, they have sent message after message making clear that they will meet the terms, demands, conditions, and requirements of the United States.
Okay.
And I want to be very clear about that, Jake.
So let's the question about who is now running Venezuela is one that even members of Congress who are big Trump supporters say they're not quite sure about. Senate Majority Leader John Thune told CNN's Manu Raju that he doesn't know what President Trump meant by his assertion that the U.S. is running Venezuela, and he said he needs more information. Can you tell us what the president means when he says, is acting President Delcy Rodriguez in charge? Is she running Venezuela or not?
Well, you see the way he listened to the entire question? He didn't cut him off. He listened to the whole question before he responded. Democrats and liberals are so rude. They can never do that. They can never let you finish a statement. They always have to cut you off when they hear you saying, going in a direction that they don't like, or saying something that isn't part of their narrative.
Well, what the president said is true. The United States of America is running Venezuela. By definition, that's true. Jake, we live in a world in which you can talk all you want about international niceties and everything else. But we live in a world, in the real world, Jake, that is governed by strength, that is governed by force, that is governed by power. These are the iron laws of the world that
But are
have
you
existed
saying
since
that
the beginning of time.
But in terms
The
of
United
day-to-day
States-
operations in Venezuela, that is acting President Rodriguez, right? It's not some sort of American emissary.
What I'm saying is, we'll keep going here, Jake. So I want to say what I'm saying, and then you'll follow up. But what I'm saying is just one level above that, which is that
he told Jake how to have a conversation. Jake, this is how a conversation goes. You fucking moron.
by definition, we are in charge because we have the United States military stationed outside the country. We set the terms and conditions. We have a complete embargo on all of their oil and their ability to do commerce. So for them to do commerce, they need our permission. For them to be able to run an economy, they need our permission. So the United States is in charge. The United States is running the country during this transition period.
If that's true,
obviously that doesn't mean that President Trump is setting the bus fare schedule inside the country.
So
doesn't mean that President Trump is assigning the K-12 curriculum in the country.
The indictment that the president and the military were acting on from 2020 was of 6 people. 2 of them were seized on Saturday by our special operators. There are 4 other individuals indicted who remain in Venezuela. Is the U.S. demanding that they be turned over? One of them is Maduro's son. One of them is a former government official. One is a current government official. And one of them is the head of Tren de Aragua, as I'm sure you know. Are they going to be turned over if President Trump is, in fact, running Venezuela in the way you describe?
Well, I don't want to. Obviously, what we have to balance here, Jake, which I think you more than most understand, we have to balance between, of course, what I can say to you publicly versus very close hold conversations that might be happening privately. And I know you understand and respect that. But I'll answer the question in this way. There might be individuals who are fugitives from American justice that could become part of a future conversation. But it's also true that for government leaders inside of Venezuela, as the president has said, right, we want an interim government that will respect the interests of the people of Venezuela, that wants a good, peaceful, secure future for Venezuela. So I would just say it this way. For those who may be indicted, the best choice they can possibly make is to be part of a constructive decision-making process for the future of Venezuela. The best decision they can make is to cooperate fully and completely with the United States to be part of building this brighter future for Venezuela during this interim period.
Man.
Good evening, I'm Tony DeCopel, and we begin here in New York City, where the now deposed president and former First Lady of Venezuela appeared today in federal court just 2 days after U.S. commandos snatched them from a compound in Caracas. The historic pictures coming in all day. Nicolas Maduro and Cilia Flores under heavy guard, clad in those blue jail shirts. And then once inside the court, they pleaded not guilty to all the charges against them. Maduro at one point tried to rise and address the court before the judge cut him off. Let's go straight to Matt Gutman, our chief correspondent, our new chief correspondent, by the way. Welcome. He was there for all of it, and he joins us now from the Federal Detention Center in Brooklyn, where Maduro and his wife are being held at this hour. Matt, good evening.
Good evening, Tony. It has been a stunning turn of events for Maduro, who just a couple of days ago was the ruler of an oil-rich nation. Now he is in a freezing jail cell in that detention facility behind me. Now, in court earlier, he was both compliant and defiant, saying that he was kidnapped, but also that he is still the legal president of Venezuela.
Under heavy guard, Nicolas Maduro and his wife Cilia Flores were flown from a federal jail in Brooklyn to Manhattan this morning, surrounded by Drug Enforcement Agency officials. The shackled former president of Venezuela shuffled from the chopper to an armored vehicle and was then driven to a federal courthouse, where he was greeted by the NYPD and protesters.
What we have right now are demonstrators here right outside the courthouse. They're saying, who are we, Venezuela? What do we want? Freedom. Now, they've been here for about 2 hours. On the other side, there are people who oppose his detention.
Inside the courtroom, Maduro, in a dark prison jumpsuit, was initially defiant, declaring through a translator that he's a decent man, was innocent of all the charges, and was still the president of Venezuela. Both he and his wife then pleaded not guilty. Maduro faces 4 federal drug and weapons-related charges. He was indicted during the first Trump administration in 2020. Federal prosecutors accused Maduro, his wife, sons, and others of partnering with some of the most violent and prolific drug traffickers and narco-terrorists in the world to distribute thousands of tons of cocaine to the United States for decades. Saturday's risky operation by the U.S. military sliced right into the heart of Venezuela's capital. During the raid, Flores' attorney said she may have suffered an injury to her ribs. It is unclear if Maduro was injured, but in court, the judge promised them full medical attention. What happens next?
So the arraignment is the official start of this clock ticking for the trial. Both sides have waived their right to a speedy trial, meaning this could be quite a bit of time. There will be multiple...
Meaning months, years?
Absolutely.
Yeah, of course, man. They're not going to bring the fucking president of a country up for trial next week when they can't even get Pookie the carjacker trial done in under 3 years. Like, come on, man. What the fuck? What do you think, you asshole? Goddamn Jamar Quavey is the fucking subway stabber. It takes fucking 5 years to get him, sentenced. Fucking moron. Press 1.
Now, at one point during the arraignment, it seemed that Maduro was trying to grandstand, and the judge shut him right down. He said, "I just need to know that you understand the charges against you and your rights." Now, at this point, Maduro's lawyers have waived his right to bail, which means he'll be staying in that detention.
Who uses cocaine anymore? Cocaine is never going out of style, man. Are you crazy? Now, I don't hear a lot about crack. Don't get me wrong. I'm not hearing a lot about crack on the streets. And fentanyl has taken, over. And it's probably, if you got some coke, it probably got some fentanyl in it. Everything's probably laced with fentanyl now, but coke is still, oh man, coke never will go out. Okay? Coke is coke, man. Coke is a staple drug. It's like weed, man. Coke is like weed. You're always it's never gonna fucking be it's just gonna evolve, maybe it'll evolve. Like I said, they may cut it with fentanyl nowadays, but it's still there. He said a lot of people still smoking crack. Yeah, coke is. I'm telling you, coke has stood the test of time, man.
Facility behind me. His next court appearance is March 17th, Tony.
All right, Matt, thank you very much. Glad to have you with us. While Maduro and his wife are in a cell here in America, a battle is underway for their country, for the future of Venezuela. Who's in charge there? Is it Maduro's deputies or is it the United States? Ed O'Keefe is on this tonight for us from the White House. Ed, good evening to you.
Tony, good evening. More than 48 hours since the U.S. pulled Maduro out of Venezuela, there are still few answers about what's next, with the president and some of his top aides saying different things about what to expect.
President Trump's national security team briefed senior lawmakers tonight amid mounting questions over the strategy in Venezuela. The president has threatened more strikes if current Venezuelan leaders don't behave and announced the U.S. is now in charge of a country of 31 million people and its vast oil reserves.
Don't ask me who's in charge because I'll give you an answer and it'll be very controversial.
What does that mean?
We're in charge.
But Secretary of State Marco Rubio said they're mainly pressuring the country economically.
What you're seeing right now is an oil quarantine that allows us to exert tremendous leverage over what happens next.
While Trump's UN ambassador today downplayed talk of total control.
There is no war against Venezuela or its people. We are not occupying a country.
Much of Maduro's regime is still in office. Today, his number two, Delcy Rodriguez, was sworn in as interim president. Trump has threatened she could go next if she doesn't allow full U.S. access to Venezuela's vast oil supplies.
We're going to have our very large United States oil companies, the biggest anywhere in the world, go in, spend billions of dollars, fix the badly broken infrastructure, the oil infrastructure.
Top oil industry leaders are expected to meet with administration officials later this week.
Wow, I've never heard of this one. I've never in my life heard of ConocoPhillips. Never in my life. And I'm 40-something years old. I've never in my life heard of ConocoPhillips. Press 1. Have you? Support the channel. Hit the like button. Sponsor this show, man. Take the $5 challenge, the $10 challenge, the $20 challenge. Put something on it. We came to you bright and early today, man. For all the early birds, man. ConocoPhillips. I've never heard of that. I have never heard of them. Wow.
About how to tap back into the reserves, a years-long project that could cost tens of billions of dollars. Connecticut Democrat Chris Murphy believes it's now clear removing Maduro wasn't about curbing drug trafficking.
Donald Trump is saying out loud that it's just about the oil. He just wants his.
Okay, so what's wrong with that? Who get like what? Why they? Who? Okay, it's about the oil. Okay, what? Like oil is very important, man. They're selling oil to China in Russia at a discount. Why should we allow Russia and China to get all a country in the America's oil? This is our part of the world. This is our part of the world. We want that oil at a discount. If you're going to be selling that oil to anybody, sell it to us at a discount. Don't be selling it to the Russians and Chinese and becoming all. And now they got all types of stuff going on over here on this side of the world. No. So what is about the oil? Why? I don't understand that. What is so wrong with taking somebody's oil? When did that become something that you can't do? Was it Iraq? Was it Kuwait? Desert Storm? Who gives a fuck if it's about the oil? They make it seem like that's their trump card. It's about the oil, and then you like once a liberal says that, you can't. It's almost like you can't have a comeback after that. Like you're shut down. Your argument is just completely shut down after that. It's about the oil. Okay, so what? Don't you need oil to drive your car? Doesn't every fucking machine use oil? Like, what the fuck are you talking about? Okay, if it's about the oil. We're taking their oil. They wasting it. Maduro was wasting it, and what he didn't waste, he gave to China and Russia. That shit pisses me off. They act like we don't like everything, like oil isn't like the most important thing on the planet. They act like oil is like a syrup. They act like we invaded Canada for maple syrup or some shit. It's oil, it's gas, jet fuel, diesel fuel. Hate these people, man. Salute the Bailar con Latinas, man. He says, I've been taking care of a woman for 3 years, and I'm just realizing that she doesn't care about me. 5 years down the drain. Oh, yeah, Bailar con Latinas. That was a rough relationship for you, man. You've been telling me about this for a long time, Biological Martinez, man. I feel bad for you, man. I feel really bad for you, bro. He says, I always watch you when I'm down in her country. I'm a piece of trash. No, man, Biological, you're not a piece of trash, man. Don't let that woman ruin your confidence, man. You know, all men have that. All men, we all. Hello?
Rich oil industry friends who he promised to help in exchange for $1 billion contribution to his campaign to have access to Venezuelan oil.
Now, when asked, the president was questioned about whether or not he's ruling out military action against other countries. He suggested Colombia and Cuba are among those that could face potential military action. He once again also didn't rule out taking over Greenland, but it's controlled by Denmark, whose prime minister said today, if the U.S. attacks the land of a fellow NATO ally, then, quote, everything would stop. That includes NATO. Tony?
All right, Ed, thank you very much. We'll leave it there. We are learning more about the U.S. mission to capture Maduro and his wife early Saturday, how it all played out, and with no loss of American life. National security correspondent Charlie Daggett has the latest on that.
The operation to capture and arrest Nicolas Maduro was months in the planning, but also a total surprise to the Venezuelan dictator.
Nicolas Maduro got to meet some great Americans for a night vision goggles 3 nights ago. He didn't know they were coming until 3 minutes before they arrived. In fact, his wife said, I think I hear aircraft outside.
200 Americans executed the raid. Fighter jets and bombers took out Venezuelan air defenses, paving the way for Delta Force commandos to close in on the compound, where they came under fire.
They got off the helicopter and the bullets were flying all over the place. As you know, one of the helicopters got hit pretty badly, but we got everything back.
Several soldiers were injured. Dozens of Venezuelans were killed, and Cuba's government said 32 of its citizens who served on Maduro's security team also died.
But there was a lot of death on the other side, unfortunately. But a lot of Cubans were killed yesterday, trying to protect him.
Once U.S. forces breached the compound, they managed to stop Maduro before he got into a safe room. Commandos had rehearsed the raid for months using a replica of Maduro's compound.
We train, we rehearse, we debrief, we rehearse again.
CIA personnel have been on the ground since August, tracking Maduro's movements, including an agent who penetrated his inner circle and provided key intelligence. And that massive U.S. military buildup remains off the coast of Venezuela. In fact, we're learning tonight they're planning to intercept another oil tanker that they've been pursuing for weeks. Tony?
All right, Charlie, thank you very much. Maduro's capture is prompting strong reaction from Venezuelans here in the United States and those who fled across the border into Colombia. We're going to have 2 reports tonight, beginning with Lily Luciano on the Colombia-Venezuela border. Lily, good evening.
Tony, let's talk about the big picture. The future of Venezuelans hangs on who gets to lead long-term that country. And that battle right now is between 2 very powerful women.
En nombre de todos los venezolanos,
Delcy Rodriguez, the acting president, has been a Maduro loyalist and leading figure within the regime for nearly 8 years. She is now striking a delicate balance, telling the U.S. she wants lasting cooperation, while also telling the Venezuelans she condemns the Maduro capture as a kidnapping. As his vice president in 2024, she backed the election results, which were declared fraudulent by international monitors.
We're seeing a group of protesters in the front.
We were the only U.S. network crew on the ground in Caracas with opposition leader Maria Corina Machado when Maduro declared victory.
protested violations of the popular will.
Soon after, Maduro threatened Machado with arrest and she went into hiding. In October, when she won the Nobel Peace Prize, she appeared confident.
The regime change was already mandated by the Venezuelan people.
But President Trump on Saturday said Machado lacks the support and respect of the Venezuelan people needed to lead them. While here many remain skeptical, there has been a strong reaction among Venezuelans living in the United States. To hear what they have to say, my colleague Christian Benavides is in Doral, Florida.
Well, for many, there is a sense of euphoria here and cautious optimism about the future of Venezuela. Across
the mainstream media in this country are demons, okay? They're devil spawns. They hate this country. And here's the thing. Even when they're in power, they hate this country.
The United States, Venezuelans erupted in celebration over Maduro's ouster. In Florida, Andrea Ramos brought her 2 young children to witness history.
I didn't think I was going to live to see this happening, honestly.
She left Venezuela in 2016 and hopes Maduro's capture will lead to freedom and democracy.
I'm just extremely happy and thankful to the U.S. government for everything that's going on.
Anti-interventionist activists have also taken to the streets.
It speaks to the mass nature of this movement that's so...
Paid protesters. This dude ain't no anti-interventionist. These people are paid protesters. Okay? Paid protesters, not anti-interventionists.
many people stand against this war.
Some Venezuelans do wonder just who will lead the country until an election can take place.
That's something huge because we are like independent republic.
Yet most Venezuelans we spoke to, such as Jose Cruz, said U.S. control may be necessary to stabilize the nation.
We do love the United States, but our country is Venezuela.
It's been more than 25 years since Venezuela has been a democracy, and those we spoke to here said there is now hope that could change. Tony?
You can feel it. Christian, thank you very much. Appreciate it. The arrest of Maduro sent oil stocks higher today, with Chevron leading the way. The Dow hit a record high of nearly 49,000. Oil prices are also up. So what does that mean for the price you pay at the pump? Business analyst Jill Schlesinger is here to talk about it. All right, Jill. So a lot of focus here on the oil industry, those huge reserves. How quickly can we see an impact on the market here?
I think this is a long-term project, and we have to understand that although that Venezuela is sitting on over 300 billion barrels of oil, only 3/4 of it is easy to extract. That's one problem. The second problem is the infrastructure to do the refining really needs an upgrade. It's been degraded over 2 decades. So what we're looking for is billions of dollars of investment by U.S. companies who believe that will pay off over time. I really think we've got to set our sights to the long term, meaning not days, not months, but years.
Really? I mean, talk to me more about this, how long term. So we're talking years before the average consumer could see a change in their prices at the pump?
I think that for right now, what's moving price at the pump is the global economy. And if you look at last year, because the global economy slowed down, crude oil went down by over 22%. That led to lower gas prices. Gas prices are actually 25 cents a gallon cheaper today than they were a year ago. That's going to be the more important thing. What Americans can expect is the global economy will dominate.
All right, as it always does. Jill, thank you very much. You dominate. Thank you for being there. Appreciate it. As you just heard from Jill, we should not expect this to affect gas prices much, which does raise the question of how exactly it helps the United States, if it helps the United States at all. What is this actually about? Well, if you zoom out, you can maybe see at least the outlines of an answer. For decades now, Russia, China, and Iran have been building a presence in Venezuela, a base of power and influence there.
There you go. Russia, China, and Iran. There they go. Finally, they reporting on it. They making it seem like it. Oh well, just evil white supremacy. No, Russia, China, and Iran. You can't have them having no base over here. You can't have Russia, China, and Iran having a base in your backyard, and you're the most powerful country in the world. What's the point of being the most powerful country in the world if you can't stop your rivals from having a base in your backyard? You shouldn't even be the most powerful country in the world then, because you're not using it right. Let somebody else be the most powerful country in the world. You're not rocking it right. Press 1. It's just like in the hood, man. In the hood, they don't play like this, man. They don't care about what people think. Yo, if you got power, you got guns, you got crew, you do what you want to do. You don't take it easy on people. You don't let dudes punk you if you got a crew behind you. You don't let dudes get away with bullshit if you got a crew behind you, if you got guns and all that stuff. Jimmy Field says, we're watching history. Maduro's the first Venezuelan in 4 years to come to this country and not stay in the forts. Jesus Christ. Holy moly. That's true, man. That's true, man. Great point, man. Great point, Jimmy. That's actually a great point. That's a great point.
In this hemisphere, with Maduro now out, that base of power and influence could be out too.
All right, man. We got enough of that, man. Enough of that, man. Let's see what they talking about on Twitter. Nobody cares about Epstein no more, man. Epstein, no one cares. Like you can't. People don't care about Epstein anymore. Now that the stuff came out and Trump ain't in it, what's there to care about if Trump's not indicted? If there's nothing bad about Trump in there, why would anybody care about it? Anybody else who's in there, nobody cares about. Anybody else whose name is in that Epstein files, or there's some girl saying that something happened, no one cares. Okay, they just don't care. I hate to say that for those women, whatever they went through, whatever. Unless it's Trump, unless it's saying that Trump did something to you, none of these people care. None of these white liberals, nobody. They don't care. All right. Shout out to Amazing Disgrace, man. He says, would you get on the Trump train rather than have a coup started? Yeah, I mean, listen, Trump, I told you, he stopped the war in Gaza. Whatever's going on there in Gaza, it ain't as bad as it was. So he basically stopped the war in Gaza, cooled it down. He stopped the war between Rwanda and the Congo. He stopped the genocide in Nigeria. And he freed the people of Venezuela from a maniacal dictator. And all this has happened in the last month or so. You know, and Epstein file, who gives a fuck? No one cares. No one cares about the Epstein files. Okay, what about the Epstein files? All the girls are alive. They're all making the rounds. CNN, they should be on The View every morning. Press 1. All those Epstein girls should be on The View every morning, since it's something so important about the Epstein files, right? They should be on CNN, on Abby Phillips every night. The View every morning and Abby Phillips every night, since it's so much important stuff they got to say, right? Since there's so much we're being deprived of by not getting Epstein files. Well, the girls should be on Abby Phillips every night, and they should be on The View every morning. Go ahead, set it up, Anna Navarro and Sunny Hostin. Get them girls on there and get them to spill the beans. So this is a marathon, right? This person says Black children really get some hard lessons early on, because this little girl is handing out candy at a marathon, and none of the runners in this 20-second clip, none of the runners who passed by during this 20-second clip, because we know marathons are 20 seconds, right? You know that, right? Press one. Marathons are 20 seconds long. None of the people who ran past this girl in this 20-second clip wanted any junk food while they're running a marathon. All of the marathon runners is like, nah, I'm cool on junk food right now. And that means that they're racist.
Take it up. I told you don't need it.
And listen, I shit you not.
They might want it. Hold it out. They might want it a bit longer. Look. Sweet.
This means that all these white people are racist. Everybody hit that like button, man. Sponsor the show. Smash that like button, man. There we go. I shit you not. You want to read the comments? I'll show you the comments. All these white people are being deemed as racist. It is extremely common to eat candy while running long distances. And it's wonderful that this little girl gets immense joy from sharing her candy. I would have happily taken her gummy bears and given her a high five as well. People often reveal their true selves. This guy says these white people in that 20-second clip reveal their true selves. This is the best time to learn them, because some of you, even adults, still don't understand them. Speaking about white people. Salute to Leanne Flynn, man. Shout out to you, Leanne. She says, it is wonderful watching people be so happy about the USA after watching too many miserable paid protesters for far too long. Yeah, I mean, yeah, the Venezuelans, people in other countries are very, very different than Americans, man. Americans are spoiled. Those Venezuelans, they've been through some real hard times, man. They were starving a few years ago. They were starving. They've been through some hard times, man. White liberals ain't been through shit other than the normal shit that every person goes through, you know, life and shit. But they ain't been through nothing like starving. This one says, this person says, this is why Black students have better outcomes with Black teachers and why Black patients have better outcomes with Black doctors. If that was the case, that Black students have better outcomes with Black teachers, then the schools in Baltimore and DC and Memphis and New York and Philly, those schools would be doing a lot better. How can those be the worst schools with the worst? None of the kids can read and do math at the grade level. And this guy says something stupid like, this is why Black students have better outcomes with Black teachers. Unbelievable, man. Unbelievable. Some of the things people say on the internet, man. Just say anything on the internet, man. All this because over a 20-second clip of a marathon.
They might want to hold it out. They might want it a bit longer. Look, sweeties. Told you. Woo, woo, woo. Take another one. I told you don't need it.
What if I just don't want to take candy from? What if I don't just want my candy? I don't want the candy right now. I'm cool.
Trigger warning. This is about race because everything is about race. A 70-year-old white farmer. I am emphasizing on the age and the race because it's going to show you, give you an understanding, a deeper understanding of the mindset, the mentality of this person, of this particular individual. A 70-year-old white farmer ran over the legs of a 6-year-old boy because the boy picked up an orange from the ground.
See, in cases like this, the person would have the news story right there. They would have the news story. Like she would have at least a picture of the news story next to her. First one. And I'm not saying that this didn't happen. All I'm saying is that, you, in a case like this, you would be like, you would have the news story, the picture, or you would play an excerpt, or you play it from the local news. You'd have a picture from the website, something. She ain't got nothing. She ain't even trying to. She just like, believe me, bro.
Emphasizing on the age and the race because it's going to show you, give you an understanding, a deeper understanding of the mindset, the mentality of this person, of this particular individual. A 70-year-old white farmer ran over the legs of a 6-year-old boy because the boy picked up an orange from the ground. Christoffel Stoneman, 70 years old, drove head on into a 6-year-old boy because he said that the boy was stealing his oranges. Witnesses actually state that the boy wasn't stealing. He had simply picked up an orange that had already fell on the floor. It was already on the.
And not that it matters, but right. Like, I mean, either way, it don't really matter if the boy picked the orange up off the floor or off the tree or whatever. You still shouldn't allegedly do that to him. But it's always like, I was taking the package to the rightful, you dropped the package off at the wrong house, and I was just taking it to the right person, or, it's always something like that. It's always something like that. Always.
The floor. However, that didn't matter to Mr. Stoneman as he drove head on into a 6-year-old boy, breaking both of his legs. And his mother, unfortunately, could do nothing but just helplessly watch. When investigated, right, and questioned by police, Stoneman stated that he would do it again. He said, I would do it again. 6 years old. But don't worry, I got pictures in case you can't visualize it yourself. Here's the man, the 70-year-old, evil, heartless, racist man, right? And here's the boy.
Okay, what's the guy's name? So
a 6-year-old, evil, heartless.
Let me see. Let me look this up. I'm gonna look this up. Okay, here we go. I think we got it. Oh, this is in South Africa. This is in South Africa. Christopher Stoneman, okay. This is in South Africa, okay. Luckily, the boy got his legs were saved. They were able to save his legs.
Racist man, right? And here's the boy. A 6-year-old, both of his legs broken. Over a fucking orange. Over a fucking orange. And this is his mom's face in court. Trying to get justice for her son. You see, when I made that video and I said that I wanted segregation, somebody actually got into my comments and said, I don't think that you want segregation.
Yeah, because you ain't had no electricity. She don't understand that you can't have segregation and electricity. You can't have segregation and Wi-Fi. You ain't gonna be able to make your little videos if you have segregation. First one. You ain't gonna be able to make your videos, man. You ain't gonna be safe, man. You're not gonna be safe. You know what I mean? You're not gonna be safe. You can't have electricity and segregation. You can't have safety and segregation. You can't have Wi-Fi and segregation. You can't have gas stations. You know what I mean? The line at the gas station will be around the corner. It'll be like one gas station in the whole area that got gas. Grocery stores gonna be looking crazy. No more Yaki, man. The Yaki truck gonna get hijacked, man.
After I just revealed this information to you, why the fuck wouldn't I? Why the fuck wouldn't I? Do you think that this would have happened if it was a black farmer? You think that a black...
Yeah, black people do fucked up shit to black people all the time, man. If you've noticed. I don't know how she could, not know that. I'm starting to, literally think that this woman might be slow. And I mean real slow. If she doesn't know that black people do awful things to black people all of the time. She might be a little slow, man.
Farmer was gonna drive head first into a 6-year-old, regardless of their race. A 6-year-old child over a fucking orange? And do you think that there would be anything where people are actually trying to fight for fucking justice? In a circumstance.
Well, you don't have to fight for justice. The guy's in court. The guy. There's no need to fight for justice, man. Charges. He faces 2 counts of attempted murder, 1 count of reckless driving and negligent driving. Okay, he was denied bail. He's been sitting in jail since October 2024. He wasn't given bail. He's charged with 2 counts of attempted murder, and he's been sitting in jail since the time he got arrested. What is she talking about? Fighting for justice? You niggas always fighting for something that you already got. Press 1. You fighting for something that you already got. What are you gonna do? Protest outside the courtroom? I mean, like, what the hell are you gonna do? They got him in custody. They denied him a bail. He's being charged properly. And what do you mean fighting? What is she talking about? Fighting for? I don't understand. What is she talking about? Salute the Baila con Latinas. He says, just saying thanks one more time before I go. I'm a piece of trash. Wish your fam and happy New Year's. Yeah, Baila, stop saying stuff like that, man. Because what's going to happen is you're internalizing that stuff and you're letting it win. Just, and I know it's hard, man, when a woman dogs you out like that, man. You know, unless you know how she really feels about you after a long period of time, it's rough, man. But just take one day at a time, man. One day at a time. Stack them days, man, and before you know it, that woman will be a distant memory, man. Whatever you do, don't give her the joy of calling her back or anything like that, or don't give her the joy of letting her know that you feel bad. Don't let her know that. All right, Baila con Latinas, man. Baila con Latinas, man. Gouch Malo says, best part of today, Tim Walz quits re-election. Yeah, I saw that. We may get into that a little later.
Stands like this, he literally said, the person who, the 7-year-old racist literally said, I would do it again. I would do it again. I would drive headfirst into a 6-year-old because they picked up an orange.
Does you not know that the farmers over there are being slaughtered by black people? And it may just be some pent-up rage against blacks because they're being slaughtered.
Please, segregate me.
Okay. No Wi-Fi, no internet, no gas, nothing for you.
Hey!
Why would you do that?
Wait, no, I was trying to get some dough.
Why would you do that?
I was trying to get dough.
Why the fuck would you scream?
I was trying to get dough.
Don't do that.
I was trying to get
I don't
dough.
care who the fuck you are.
I was saying excuse me
because
because
the police.
you
No,
was in
you
my
didn't say excuse me.
you was in my
No,
way.
you didn't.
Man.
All right, don't do that shit.
Man.
Do that to other people, not to me.
Why?
You want me to call security?
Why? I need more dough.
Funny, come here. Call security. Call security.
No.
Hey, those pranksters. Those pranksters are so fucking annoying.
Major breaking political news out of St. Paul, Minneapolis, Minnesota. Tim Walz will not seek re-election as governor, and what a fall from grace this has been for him. You might recall in the spring of 2023, he pushed through several progressive ideas to the state legislature that caught the attention of Barack Obama, who went to Twitter to give his endorsement for the programs, which eventually caught the attention of people like Kamala Harris, who chose him to be her running mate as the vice president. Introduced in Chicago at the convention in August of last year, a debate that was an absolute disaster with J.D. Vance. At one point called himself a knucklehead, but after reportedly billions of dollars have been stolen from taxpayers. By way of the state of Minnesota, Tim Walz says he will not seek a third term. What a remarkable 2 years in the national spotlight has been for him.
And Walz.
Yeah, that is crazy, man. From the time we first met him, we knew he was an oddball, a misfit, a fuck up. From the moment we first saw him, because I didn't know him before he was chosen to be vice president. But I knew he was a fuck up. I knew he was an idiot, a misfit, just a fucking moron.
Hit Trump in his
Tim Walz. When he put tampons in the boys' bathroom, that was pretty much, like, you're putting tampons in the boys' bathroom because allegedly boys can have babies and shit like that. Think about how wicked that is. The odd chance that one boy out of a million might be a trans boy or something like that, right? You're going to put tampons in every men's bathroom in Minnesota. Instead of telling that one boy, hey, man, that one trans boy or whatever, hey, man, you should always keep some tampons on you, man. I'd advise you to keep tampons on you, man. Don't leave the house without some tampons, because you really a girl, but you thinking you're a boy, fine, but keep tampons on you. This fucker went and put tampons in every boy's bathroom in Minnesota. Just think about how dumb that is and how much money that costs. You know how much money that costs to put a tampon machine in every boy's bathroom in the whole state and then keep them stocked with tampons. Think about how much money that costs.
One of the laws you write about is playing out right now, the Immigration and Nationality Act. Now, this administration is using this statute to justify the detentions and possible deportations, actually, of visa and green card holders who they seem to deem a threat to U.S. foreign policy. What do you make of the administration's use of the act? And more broadly, is Trump really setting up a First Amendment showdown, which is what Whoopi's been talking about?
Yes, absolutely. One of my premises for the book is that every law passed before the 1965 Voting Rights Act should be presumptively unconstitutional, right? But because before the 1965 Voting Rights Act, we were functionally an apartheid country. Yeah. Not everybody who lived here could vote here. So why should I give a...
But even that's not true. Blacks could vote before then. Blacks voted plenty of times before then. It just protected their right from being violated. It put in the law that you couldn't, like, stop them from voting, but they voted everywhere. Blacks voted everywhere before that. That's one thing people don't understand. Like, if Black people didn't just start voting in 1965. It's like the Crown Act. It's very similar to the Crown Act. You know what I mean? Like, niggas wore whatever they wanted to go to work, whatever any style they wanted. The Crown Act just basically said, all right, you can't, even if you're thinking about it, you can't not let them wear the shit. But niggas been wearing, I remember I had tarantula dreads before this era. I had tarantula dreads in the 90s and in the 2000s. To go to work every day.
About some law that some old white man passed in the 1920s.
One of the laws you write about is...
They have contempt for white people.
Breaking
me sanctuary. Shatter me with your touch. Oh Lord, return me to touch. The angels up in the cloud.
Yo, that I ain't gonna lie, the amount of practice it took to do that. Years of practice to do that.
It is also the duty of us, the people, to stand against the Trump regime, the Trump administration that are committing crimes both here in the U.S. and against people in Venezuela.
Now, in the background of this interview, you could see that police car. And now right here, we're showing you video we have. Immediately after the interview finished, Plickta was arrested by 2 Grand Rapids police officers. You can see it in the video. And an officer tells Plickta that she is being arrested.
It is also the duty.
I'm not resisting arrest. Yet no one's doing anything to you. No one's treating you like you resisting arrest.
Immediately after the interview finished, Plickta was arrested by 2 Grand Rapids police officers. You can see it in the video. And an officer tells Plickta that she is being arrested.
It is also.
Jesus Christ. I hate these people. Said this is a masterclass in self-defense and immediate regret. White shirt did everything right. He walked away. He turned his back. He tried to protect the women he was with, but shirtless bro just wouldn't let it go. Okay, let's see this. I think I've seen this before. I might have seen this before.
Scared of what? Nigga, what's up? Oh my God. This nigga's gonna get knocked out, bro. I told you, nigga. What's up? I told you. What's up, man? Dale away! Dale away! Dale away! Dale away!
There are currently no sundown towns in the USA where black people will be arrested or attacked when entering at night. There are, however, a plethora of neighborhoods where walking around while white can be tremendously dangerous, especially at night.
All right, check this out. So my bro let me know, goddamn, I'm in the sun. I'm like, what's it called, the sundown state? Sundown town, goddamn me.
Never have. I've been going to North Carolina since the 80s. I used to go there in the 80s, man. White folk was just nice and pleasant. They ain't want no smoke. White folk ain't want near smoke. He said, why can you show fight videos? I don't know. I think that Cincinnati brawl. Everybody was showing that Cincinnati brawl. Remember the Russians versus the blacks in Cincinnati?
Outside, nigga. You see what time it is?
Yeah, that guy's gonna say something to you. This guy's gonna say something to you. This guy right here is gonna start some shit with you. You gotta worry about this white guy right here, man.
And nigga, I'm still out this motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? At goddamn me, fucking Walmart, nigga. Sundown town, nigga. Hey, these motherfuckers, hey, these white people can do what they want to do. I don't give a fuck, nigga. I'm Billiano, nigga. Blood game from St. Louis, nigga. Nigga, I'm out this motherfucker. Nigga, fuck them, nigga. I holler at you, nigga.
All you gotta do is worry about is another blood sets or Crip. Yeah, you be all right if it. They told this gangster that he was in the blood Sundown town. Salute to Jimmy Fields. He says, I don't understand. Did that kid figure out some way to use the orange to kill a white farmer? I'm confused. I don't know, man. You can't. I wouldn't put it past him. Well, you're recording her. Maybe she doesn't. Maybe she's doing that because you're recording her. See, this is the thing about we don't know the context of this. You're recording her. Now, let's just say she was doing this before you recorded her. That's weird to be playing a monkey montage on the bus. But why did you think it was for you? Why? She's obviously looks like a batshit crazy woman. Why did you think the monkey montage is for you? And this is the racism that black people talking about. All the stuff I showed you is the racism that they talking about they enduring every day. That dude was ecstatic, man. Look how happy he is. Black people be happy when they find racism, man. Black people be happy, man. They be like, yes, I found a white person that's racist to me. Black people be ecstatic. Let me just drop the link, man. Salute to everybody out there, man. Hit the like button, subscribe. We coming in hot and heavy, man. You on your ass tonight, man.
Ask the Jews who the enemies are. They'll call them for you. Ask the Palestinians. Ask the Chinese. But we believe we have no enemies. We believe we have no enemies. Because if we believe we had something, it means we'd have to fight. And some of us are not willing to do that. If we believe that we had some enemies, then it means that we would have to stand for something. But one of the major reasons that black folks refuse to recognize that they're enemies of our progress and enemies of our people is because we are too busy looking for approval. We're too busy looking for acceptance from these people. The Japanese aren't looking for acceptance. They're looking for superiority. The Koreans are not looking for acceptance. They're looking for superiority. The Russians, none of these groups are looking for acceptance from these people except us. Because you can believe this. All of these groups that I've named, The minute they get their superiority, don't expect them to be sympathetic either. They'll treat you just like the Europeans did. So when you decide to call yourself third world and all mixed up in coalitions with these people, you better watch and go out carefully.
Yeah, I mean, she's very right about that, man. Black and brown coalition. Most people can't stand blacks, man. Everybody hates y'all, man. And it's not because of your skin color, but a lot of people hate blacks, man. Oh, these white girls ain't going for it. Oh shit. They gonna file a discrimination claim against these white folks. They gonna call Big Crump after this fight. Wow, that is absolutely insane. I gotta do a video on this. That's bonkers. Oh, Scott Jennings without Abby Phillips. Whew.
Recent Washington Post poll finds Americans pretty evenly split.
Look at that, man. That's a beautiful thing, man. Even though Jake Tapper's a liberal piece of shit, at least, like, he won't interrupt you as much as Abby Phillips. Abby Phillips won't let you. Abby Phillips is so rude, man.
Recent Washington Post poll finds Americans pretty evenly split on the operation over the weekend. 40% approve, 42% disapprove, 18% are unsure. When it comes to who should decide the future leadership of Venezuela, 90.
Who gives a fuck if their approval of it? The Venezuelan people approve of it, and our government we approve of. Who gives a fuck if all this is the liberals? This 18% is just the liberals. It's just the liberals. Why are we acting like they were going to be happy about this? What's up, Presidente, man?
Just another day of not getting kidnapped and bundled off into prison somewhere.
Yeah, man. There you go, man.
I don't have no oil or cocaine though, so
keep your nose clean, man. You be all right, man.
I'm saying.
Salute to S Freak, man. He says, of course she's gonna forget about all of the white farmers being killed in South Africa. Yeah, of course. Without a doubt. Mr. Clockwork in the building, man. He says, it's possible to recognize that the decision to do this in Venezuela was dumb and in service of Israel interests, who also knowing liberals are dumb. Listen, everything in the world, like, you gotta understand, like, you can't do nothing if Israel gets some kind of benefit from something, you can't do it. Like, it's so exhausting, man. It's like, Jesus Christ. Nothing can happen because Israel might get some benefit from it. nothing. You can't do this, and then Israel's always name being thrown out there. Listen, the world has to go on. Things have to be done. You know what I mean?
No, because Israel might benefit.
Yeah, I mean, and then they might not, because a lot of you people don't know what the fuck you're talking about. I just throw Israel in everything.
Everybody,
Let's just say they have a hand in everything, right? Let's just say they do, right? Don't we? Like,
can't the liberals just be happy that another Venezuelan has been welcomed into our country?
I know. With open arms.
Are they ever happy? We went and got him. I mean, that's a welcome.
Yeah, he's a dad too, man. He was a New York dad now. Jeez. Unbelievable. But yeah, the whole thing with Israel, yes. I did a video on the Jewish guy the other day. Did you see that, Hot Black? Did you see I dropped that on the channel?
Yeah, I was there when you did it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not denying that. I talk about blacks with crime all the time, right? Yeah. But every fucking crime isn't done by a black. Like, we can do crime, although very boring. It's very boring. We can do white crime a lot here on this channel.
It's just not interesting.
It's just, yeah, but it doesn't take away from the fact that, yes, blacks do crime. But there's no need to, like, make it seem like, oh, a black person really did that. There was a black person in a white face mask, like, or you know what I'm saying? Like it's just it's exhausting with this Israel thing, man. Yes, we understand that they do a lot of fucked up shit.
4% say the Venezuelan people, 6%.
Saying I just put a video in the back chat of some black crime you might be interested in. It's a little video.
Say the United States. One thing I have to say is, like, this was a very successful military operation. The idea that 42% disapprove is a higher number than I would think. It says to me that the American people are thinking not just about this operation, but maybe more about also, well, what comes next?
Well, also it's Trump. I mean, 42% of the American people would oppose it if he cured cancer personally in the Oval Office tonight. I mean, there is a reflexive opposition to Trump. It is the entire platform of the Democratic Party, and to the extent that that's how their leadership tells them to act, that's how the Democratic grassroots are going to see it. You see Democrats today who long came on this network and others and called for Maduro's ouster, demanded it, now saying they oppose the fact that Donald Trump just arrested Maduro. This reflexive opposition to everything Trump does is corrosive of the Democratic Party, and you shouldn't look at these things through that lens. You should look at it and say, highly competent military and law enforcement operation. We got rid of a bad guy. There's a better future for Venezuela, and it's going to inure to the United States benefit. But, you know, it's Trump, so everything must be opposed. If he's for it,
well, it's not.
Yeah, very much so. You hit the nail on the head.
Mark is in the back.
I hate this whore. Oh wow, Cook County, Mark. What's up, Cook County, man?
What's good, yo?
What's cracking, man?
Man, not much, dog. Not much, bro.
You performed well on the poll the other day, pause.
That's tough.
Yeah, the voters responded well to you the other day when we did.
Oh man, I appreciate everybody, man.
You came into you was in the semifinal, last group, man. You got ousted,
man.
By Wicked. Wicked put you down.
How the fuck y'all let Wicked like beat me, bro? Get the fuck out of here.
He
woke
nearly
Wicked
became anti-president.
He's so woke, bruh. How y'all let the motherfucking anti-immigration on Brito get me, bruh?
Yeah.
All the migrants that the Democrats let in came to vote for him.
Yeah, I can see that.
Illegals.
Yeah. Oh yeah, but I forgot, but it's still voter suppression. So how did that happen, man?
Yeah, man. I don't know, man. I don't know.
It was almost Agnestion in here.
Yeah.
The Mexicans are good at cleaning up.
Yeah.
I'm confused. Are they still wanted by the United States? Why didn't you arrest them?
Why is she so emotional? She would never be this emotional talking to a Democrat, you know what I'm saying, politician who would just kill this whole family and shit.
You know why though?
Why?
You know why though? Because Democrats will cut your ass completely off, and they will never come on. They will get everybody together, and not one. They will lose access to every single high-ranking Democrat. These motherfuckers will be interviewing Brandon Johnson about this shit. That's how the high-ranking Democrats would do them. Republicans go on these shows and get yelled at and shit. Get sunned and shit. They be talking to the vice president like he the motherfucking mayor of Des Moines, motherfucking Iowa, or some shit. Democrats, you see how Nancy Pelosi be looking at their ass when they ask her some questions that shit wasn't planned?
Yeah.
You will fuck around and lose your motherfucking kids and motherfucking get in a car accident as soon as you motherfucking leave. As soon as she leave, you be like, damn, what happened? The Tesla shut down, motherfucker.
Damn.
I'm confused. Are they still wanted by the United States? Why didn't you arrest them if you are taking out the narco-terrorist regime?
You're confused? I don't know why that's confusing to you.
They're still in
It's
power.
very simple. You're not going to go in and wrap up. But you can't go. You're going to go in and suck up 5 people. They're already complaining about this one operation. Imagine the howls we would have from everybody else if we actually had to go and stay there 4 days to capture 4 other people. We got the top priority. The number one person on the list was the guy who claimed to be the president of the country that he was not. And he was arrested along with his wife, who was also indicted. And that was a pretty sophisticated and frankly complicated operation.
It was.
It is not easy to land helicopters in the middle of the largest military base in the country. The guy lived on a military base. Land within 3 minutes, kick down his door, grab him, put him in handcuffs, read him his rights, put him in a helicopter, and leave the country without losing
they
any
really read him
American
his rights?
or any American assets. That's not
Absolutely
an easy mission.
not.
And you're asking me why
I
didn't we
don't
do
think
that in
so.
5 other places at the same time?
They definitely
that's
didn't read them
absurd.
shit.
I do think this is one of the most
That's some post-facto editing
daring,
there.
complicated, sophisticated missions this country has carried out in a very long time. Tremendous credit to the U.S. military personnel who did it. It was unbelievable and tremendous success. And today, an indicted drug trafficker who was not the legitimate president of Venezuela, who we don't recognize, the Biden administration didn't recognize, 60-something countries don't recognize, the European Union doesn't recognize, and many countries in Latin America don't recognize. He was a indicted drug trafficker. He was arrested. His wife was arrested, also
but the
indicted, and they are now
others who
facing
are also
justice in
indicted are
American
still.
Bitch, you talking about the head Secretary of State, man.
Bro,
He's
this shit
telling you
so
what happened.
disrespectful.
Why are you talking, bitch?
Bro, this shit is, and then this bitch acts as if she's ever fucking was like, did a fucking operation. Like, this bitch, let alone she couldn't fucking explain to you how a fucking search warrant goes in a 1-bedroom fucking apartment.
Yo, she couldn't if it was she had a mouse trap in her house, she couldn't dispose of the mouse trap if a mouse got
Exactly. And this bitch is talking to the Secretary of fucking State of the United States of America that just went in and they just grabbed a fucking sitting president from not from like no Zimbabwe or no fucking Nigeria, no bullshit. They living in fucking whatever. This motherfucker was in, bruh. The disrespect of these bitches is crazy, dog.
Yeah, they just awful, man. Sitting there, you know who you're talking to? Like, yo, that you talking about the fucking, this man's been to what? How many times he been to China this year? I think he's been to China like 10 times this year.
Bruh, yes.
Russia.
This is like equivalent to like the motherfuckers going to Mexico and grabbing El Chapo and his wife, and then they wondering like, well, why didn't you get the fucking corner boy? Is he not the fucking, why didn't you get blah blah? I'm like, motherfucker, I just grabbed El Chapo and his wife, bruh. And you talking about the nickel and dime motherfuckers.
They don't want to give you credit. That's what they just trying to throw smut on the fucking operation.
System of courts.
The others who are also indicted are still in place. So that's the point of my questioning there. But you talked about not being the legitimate
So you wanted
president.
us to land in 5 other military bases?
No, I'm asking why you chose that this was the limit of the military operation. But to your point that you just made, that Maduro was not the legitimate president.
He was the guy who was claiming to be the president.
Right. Well, the opposition.
He was the top target.
Okay.
Well, she tried to be smart. Oh, okay. Bitch. Fucking bitch. Then she tried to play him and shit.
You don't got no money. Oh my mama, I'm finna whoop you, bro, right here. Like, oh bro, I'm finna whoop you right here, bro. You didn't hit my motherfucking card. Oh,
I got a YouTube strike for showing this video. A warning.
Yo, gliders, come
on. Got no money.
This is...
Oh my mama, I'm finna whoop you, bro, right here. Like, oh bro, I'm finna whoop you right here, bro.
This is not a good look, gliders.
Think about this though.
Have you ever tried to fight a gorilla?
This dude, another black dude could whoop his ass. Like he throwing them like wild punches. I just be hitting him with straight jabs. But like all this right here,
you didn't hit my.
He thinking that it's a game, right? I'd have knew it wasn't no game. Once he'd have put his phone down and started recording, I'd have knew it wasn't no game. I'd have hit him right in his motherfucking nose right there. Bing. See, the thing about it, he underestimated. I don't know why he did that. Maybe he nervous, but yeah.
Motherfucking card. Oh,
he doesn't.
And then he looked away, and once he looked away, just like a cheetah or a lion.
Yeah, a mountain lion, cougar. You never look away or turn your back on him.
The second you look away, it's coming.
Or a sun person.
He's a big scout. He's sturdy. He's a sturdy son man, though. I know this shit hurt. I know the punches hurt like a motherfucker.
This glider had no reason to distrust this son man because he wasn't holding an orange.
That's true. Here's the thing, too. Like, this guy is gonna say somebody snitched on him. Like, they're gonna put like an APB out for him, and he gonna be hiding somewhere with some black woman, and they're gonna eventually find him. He'll be like, man, I wonder who told on me, man.
You don't got no money.
So because he doesn't have any money on him, who cares? Like, he might not have no money, and it might have been your fault. It might have been his fault. Okay, so here this is another black dude.
People always give you that fucking look, right? Look behind me. They'll look at you and roll their eyes like they better. You came from the fucking Caucasus Mountains, man. You know what I'm saying?
I couldn't even find the Caucasus Mountain on a map,
Better than me
probably.
on royalty, man. People always give you that fucking.
It must be exhausting to live like that.
I mean, I really think that most of these sons that talk about Caucasus Mountains and shit probably don't even know where the fuck it is.
Oh, hell no.
Y'all know, like, this is majority of sons, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They just don't actually speak it out loud, but amongst each other, this is definitely what they think of, like, gliders.
Yeah, we taught them how to bathe and shit. They was eating raw meat. With
Oh
their
yeah.
dogs in
They do
Mountains.
say that shit. They do say that shit too.
We taught them math and shit too.
Yeah.
Well, didn't Al Sharpton say something shit like that? He's like, we taught them Greek homos math and all that shit, something like that.
Al Sharpton said that. It's funny that his kids go to all white school though.
Y'all wasn't brushing y'all teeth either, man. We taught y'all how to do that too.
Yeah. Thanks, though. Appreciate it.
When's
No
the next
problem,
class?
man.
What are we going to learn next?
They'll look at you and roll their eyes like they better. You came from the fucking Caucasus Mountains, man.
All right, let's just say she rolled her eyes for something, right? Why does your first thought mean that she thinks she's better than me?
Because they worshipped them, man.
Why couldn't it just be she had an attitude, or she having a bad day, or she's just a bitch?
Her eye roll. Sorry.
Go ahead.
Well, it's possible. It's possible her eye roll was just due to the way he smells. I mean, there's a lot of reasons you might roll your eyes.
That's actually what I was thinking too, because he looks like he smells.
Man. Wow.
Probably be
Dang,
stanking
man.
like some piss in a blunt wrap or something.
All these white people always grabbing their nose and covering their mouths when they see us.
Well, you know what they'll say about y'all, right?
Oh shit!
What don't they?
You smell like a
I
wet
know,
dog.
right? Yeah, that's all they'll say. So get it. There it goes.
Horrifying. Listen to 3 professors from Virginia public universities discuss taking down the United States through violence.
In the moment that you grab the gun, like Fanon says, you're no longer oppressed. You're now free. How do we teach that in the class? Just to say that.
All these people are foreigners. None of these people are Americans. All these, you can look at it. She's probably Iranian. He's probably Indian. This fucker's probably Indian too, or somewhere. But none of these people are from fucking America originally.
Class, my students' heads explode, right? To tell them about violence, you know, as a revolutionary tool, as sometimes a revolutionary essential.
We actually need to crash the U.S. settler state, which has incredible reverberations and literally strangles the tentacles that are reaching into the Israeli
She's pressed
state.
up against my screen.
We must stand with the armed resistance and work right now to end this impunity by disrupting the flow of weapons to Zionists. Because trust, the armed resistance will defeat Zionism if it was open battlefield.
Yeah, I've been humbled since October 7th, particularly being in community with folks. Particularly when you're someone who has been doing this work, why stop? This is a profound moment for us, right? And we need to dig in and go harder.
I think putting our bodies on the line sometimes to protect those who are more vulnerable, right? To eat tear gas when we should be doing that and not students. I think that's essential.
So
This
we
guy
have
can
to
barely
struggle
carry the weight
to
of that
crash
scarf.
things here. And my students were very, very clear about this. We have to struggle for indigenous sovereignty right here. Under
Yeah, I
America.
can't. I can't take my
no
son
way
to
around
college.
it, and there's no looking past it at this particular moment.
When that comes time to the university saying retract that or get fired, I'm confident in myself that I will make that right decision. That is the point of being a guerrilla scholar.
You know, I'm sure that you've been snitched on to the
Guerrilla
administration
scholar.
about the content in your.
That's nice.
Support the channel, man. Take the challenge, man.
Hey, support that channel, y'all.
Sponsor tonight's programming, man. We got share the video too. Share it online, man. Share the video
We got
online.
the president of Ock Nation on tonight's show. You got to represent.
Seriously, you never see that.
Yes.
Wait, who won? Who won?
People.
Who won?
I
won. I'm the president.
52.
Look at me. I'm the president now.
I think you should have to change your name to Hot Blatt.
His Excellency Hot Blatt.
Yeah.
Technically, Wicked could call for a recall, but a recount because it was 52% to 48%.
Wicked's on the way to a black site right now, too, actually.
Yeah, they've already carted him off. They had to stop, and he fixed the brakes, but then
Wicked and Fisherman both. They had to be dealt with.
Wicked was out there obstructing ICE, blowing his whistle and shit. He got arrested.
Uh-oh.
Proof children aren't born racist. Yikes. It must be hard to live in a world where you see
Bro, it's
everything.
obsession. Obsessed, dog.
I've never seen one of my white friends' kids and was like, oh, wow, he's not being racist towards me. Like, it's just so
2-year-old.
bizarre, man.
Look at that kid's face, though. Tell me he's not racist. He's like, God damn it.
He is making it face.
When I find myself in times of trouble, Mother Mary comes to me.
He's saying, please don't call me racist. Please don't call me racist. I'm just a baby. I'm too young to be called a racist. Please don't call me racist.
She is standing right in front of me, speaking words of wisdom. Let it be.
This is so corny, man.
Oh my fucking God, bro. Yo, and the liberal women be so proud of their babies, like, cause they think they babies are actually like looking at color and fucking nuts. Oh my god, bro.
Yo, it's almost like they're keeping their racism on life support. Like it's literally like there's very little racism. I mean, we all know that because we out in the world.
I think that's definitely true when you have to go looking at toddlers for it, you know?
Yeah, like, I mean, look at this toddler. He's not calling this black person the N-word.
What do you want, a cookie?
Like, it's like...
Probably does. Oh my God.
And that was the last time we saw little Billy.
Shit.
Oh my God.
There will be an answer. Let it be.
People are so corny, man.
But these same people are going to teach their black kids like the whole fucking white world is against you. Off rip.
Yeah, you know they got to get them to talk. I hear they starting to talk at to pre-K kids now. As soon as they go to pre-K,
they must be talking about a different talk, because I don't think that they'd be giving them the same talk. I got the talk when I was a kid. You know, keep your hands on the steering wheels. Yes, officer. No, officer. That kind of shit. I don't think they're getting the same talk.
Yeah, we're not seeing any evidence of that in these dash cams.
hell nah. Hey, and what about you? Remember old boy? He had his students, the black dude. He had his students learning how to handle themselves around police, law enforcement, and he brought the black officer to give him like the what, and fucking all of the woke fucking black motherfuckers like Roland Martin got mad at him for doing that shit.
Oh yeah, I'm talking about
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, bro, they got mad at him for doing that shit. I said, y'all motherfuckers just y'all need this shit, bro.
Yeah,
I don't know, man.
They're awful.
I gotta say, I'm really disappointed in those babies. You know,
why is that?
They didn't show their racism. They hid it. They can't be proud. They need to have their national racial identity. You know, they need to start expressing it and stop squatting on it.
You know, eventually them kids gonna want to have a job, so you know they got to mask their racism for a while.
Oh, they would hold it. Yo, listen, they would hold that against a white person.
We got to check the baby's.
Oh shit! Hey, I did you see? You remember that quarterback that was a 4-star or some shit that was committed to Florida that was rapping the song and whatever.
Rapping the lyrics. Yeah,
he rapped the lyrics of the song. And he ended up having to go to like a D2 or some shit. But you see, he getting recruited again, like back to high major. Yeah, he getting recruited back to high major. And all the black folks is like, isn't that the kid that said the word? And I'm like, bro, and motherfuckers in the comment like, bro, he was like 16, 17, and y'all want his life to be ruined now? Like, god damn. He was like the finalist. He was like the finalist for like the D2 Heisman or some shit.
Yeah, I mean he's a very great player if you're a D2 school. Like I mean, like shit, he probably would dominate the MAC.
They recruiting him at like big schools now, because he was committed to Florida. You know what I'm saying? Like he was going to Florida.
Like they ruined that kid. Like like you said, he was rapping the song that was on the radio. Like not a song, like not even an underground song, like a song that like literally TikTok, 1 million TikTok videos are being made using that song. Songs every fucking where, and he rapped it, and they fucking.
He could be.
What song was it?
Some Meat Mill shit. I think it was Meat Mill or something like that.
Wonder what it was about.
Oh, you know, it was about killing black people, but they weren't mad about that. They weren't mad about that.
He could be a Lane Kiffin prophet.
You don't control the situation.
Let me tell you something.
No, you shut your mouth.
You get your finger out my face.
You're putting your finger out my face.
Because I asked for my phone.
You are under arrest.
I can call my grandmother too. What is wrong with you?
You're not calling shit now. When the police are here and you're stopped, we can take your purse and you can't grab it from us.
I understand, but I don't like when y'all are trying to talk over.
I'm sure you don't. I don't like when you steal.
Some women are by far the hardest people to deal with in my profession.
I feel so bad for cops having to deal with black women.
Bro, listen, bro. I'm not even
They
gonna lie
really
to
can't
you.
help it.
I'm in the I do literally the opposite of like the what people think. Like when I was like doing like regular beat cop shit and I ride around and I was about to pull over a car, I looked to see if it was a son woman. And if I see it's a son woman, I'd be like, fuck that. And I just leave them. I'd be like, I don't even care, bro. You can do whatever the fuck you want to do. Bro, they
Discrimination of
are
a kind, yeah.
right. I'm the opposite of discrimination. I see
Black
them and
privilege.
I'll be like, fuck that. I am good, bro.
Quota ain't worth that shit.
In the movies,
Yeah,
it's usually
bro.
portrayed as like, giving each other a nod of, yeah, I got you. But in real life, it's what you're going through.
Asians are very woke nowadays, man. A lot of Asians are woke.
See, I got one of my closer friends is like an Asian, and I will say that you might see them being loud and woke, whatever, but he said that nah. He said Asians still hate everybody.
Real ass Asians hate everybody. Asians in Asia hate everybody, especially other Asians. But
Nah, yeah, that's what he said. He said Asians hate each other and everybody. The only thing they worried about is just fucking getting money, and they just want to like keep their money in their family.
That's my type of people.
They're the Jews crew of the Orient.
No, haven't you heard that Juice Crew is also in control over there?
Oh yeah, they run everything over there. I heard about that. Yeah, the Jews back in the
If
day.
they ran everything, they could come out into the open and be open about it. Why do they have to run it from behind this veil? Can't they just, if they run it all, what the hell?
It's weird because I hear the Jew fears the samurai.
Oh, really?
I did hear though about that they were very instrumental because Asia was backwards for a while, like because they were what they call it, isolationists, but they became modern in like 40 years, especially Japan.
They were getting shit on by the Europeans for a long time too. So kind of, but yeah, I mean they were definitely backwards. South Korea or Korea in general used to be like the poorest nation in the fucking world, or one of them.
Yeah, they didn't have. Now they had written languages, but they didn't have wealth like in like European nations. But they did have the acumen to at least make written languages.
So you're telling me you don't remember any of the people you love, don't remember your own goddamn name, don't even know where you are. Oh, but you remember that you hate black people. Ooh, it shocks me every single time when I come across a clip of this dementia patient who is actively talking about how he was part of the freaking oh, like, it's not that deep. It's just not that deep. It's like engraved in their DNA for some goddamn reason. You don't remember your own children's names. You don't remember your name, but you remember that you hate black people. Like, it genuinely makes me wonder.
What does that tell you about black people?
Racism wasn't that bad back in the day. Oh, it was bad.
Shit goes deep.
Clearly. So when, I don't know, when a white person's like, like, yeah, my mima, low-key kind of racist, like, hee hee ha ha. I don't know. I don't really find that hee hee ha ha, because that's basically who they are. So you're telling
Your Ching Chong grandma would fucking like slap, would do unspeakable things to a black person left to their own devices.
Yeah, she doesn't even know what she's talking about. She's talking about some video she saw on some dementia patient being mean to a black nurse or some shit. And she's like based this whole.
We know black nurses are never wrong, never bad to the elderly.
Not a rapper. Chopper hit him and he turned into a booty clapper. Smith and Wesson, a 4L gang reppin'. We done baptized more niggas than the damn reverend. Kappa Alpha, me and my gang, we do all the steppin'. Who you checkin'?
He going crazy.
Let's see.
bitch, I'm happy. I'm gonna walk my happy ass to another Subway and get a sandwich made. Bitch, I'm gonna drive to another Subway. Like you got red ass. Okay, it's mine. This is mine.
So I think other than McDonald's, which is definitely the far, first place, Subway has the second most murders by some people of any fast food restaurant. There's been a lot of murders at Subway. I think anyway.
Fast food. Are we thinking? Because I'm gonna say you said which number one? McDonald's, right?
McDonald's clearing away without any contest, but
Popeyes is
oh shit, yeah.
Yeah,
okay,
I was gonna say you got Popeyes, and then Waffle House don't count as fast food.
Nah,
is that
and
slow
even
food?
like lower
They're not
tier
national.
fast food, Church's Chicken and shit. Fuck all that. I'm not just talking about like the big ones, But if Waffle
Yeah,
House
I
is
go.
included, that would be up in the top
The
4.
thing about Popeyes is most Popeyes are in black neighborhoods, so it's like Of course, there's going to be a lot of violence there. McDonald's is everywhere,
Yeah. I'm going. McDonald's is a definite one, and I think what was the one in St. Louis? That was McDonald's too, right? With the stabbing.
Oh
Yeah.
the last like 10 been McDonald's.
Yeah, there's no contest on which one is number one, but
The manager killed one of his employees at a McDonald's not too long.
I don't even think it's like a close. I don't think it's a close second.
in terms of volume, no. But I'm just like in terms of when it happens at all, because I feel like I hear Subway a lot.
Can we talk about murders? McDonald's far and away, but if you just talk about action, Negro activity, you talking about like Chipotle. They got a lot of incidents there. Chipotle.
Popeyes definitely wins per capita. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that anywhere that is risking not having the bulletproof glass and everything.
Well, you know what though? Here's my thing though, Cook. I think why we see a lot of issues at Chipotle and at Popeyes is because the person is distributing your food.
Oh,
they're eyeballing it. It's their judgment how much rice you get in your bowl. How many?
I just had a situation at Chipotle, and I'm in uniform. So in uniform, like they give us like 50% off at Chipotle, right? So we go, and I get double. They already know my order. You know what I'm saying? Because I go there like once or twice a week.
Right.
A bowl that's usually fucking $18, I'm paying $9 for. So hell yeah, I'm going.
Pretty good.
So I'm in line, and the lady, she already know me, whatever. So she making my bowl, and I get double fucking like chicken and blah blah. So the lady she's in front of me. She talking about, so he just get more meat than anybody, huh? Cause he the police. That's supposed to start that. And the lady look at her, yeah. And I was like, damn, you all on my fucking order. I ain't say fucking, but I was like, God, you all on my plate. I got double. He better have got double. I said, you bitch, the fuck.
Chipotle watching.
Yeah, like you Chipotle watching my bowl, lady. And she talking about I need a little bit more. And the lady was like, hell no. She get into it with him and all type of shit. I'm in uniform, mind you. I got to do police action. So I'm like, God damn, you put me in a bad spot, lady. Leave me the fuck alone, man. I'm on lunch, man. But yeah, she was Chipotle watching my bowl, bruh.
That's crazy.
Sick.
That's just
Such an asshole move.
Yes.
Ain't it so fucked up to put me in a spot like that? What if they were like hooking me up? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Obviously they hooking me up, but what if that was like I'm paying for a single, they give me a double? You know what I'm saying? I'm supposed to be. Ain't you pro blackity black? You want black folks in the black police in the black neighborhood? All that shit, the most bullshit ever.
Yeah.
Can't win for losing.
Awful people, man.
That's your way too, Afro. I don't give a fuck. I should tell you. You bald headed bum ass bitch. What you talking about? What you talking about? Come on, man. I gotta cuss you out for somebody look like you. Bad body beat up bad bitch. What you talking about? And I beat your brother ass. And go to gunplay with your brother. What you talking about? Call him up here then while I'm up here.
That dude got a death wish.
My brother, so you want your brother to die, ho?
Damn. He said. So she said, call somebody up here, and I whooped their ass. He said, call your brother, and we get into some gunplay. Yeah.
I was going to say, we should take a minute and commend Crook County for not shooting that woman for getting involved in his bowl. I mean, Sunman.
And commend him for not getting shot for getting too much chicken.
Yeah, man. I was capable, bro. I didn't want it to, And my partner at the time, she was white and she was pissed off and she got a slick ass mouth, so she wanted to say something. I had to stop her.
Oh, don't let some white. Oh man, that'll set the sister off.
The thing about this though, everything they're saying could literally happen. We just did a story of a father came up to, I think it was McDonald's, to check on his daughter. She had been getting into it with another employee. His father came up there and got shot, killed the father. Remember that story? Like a few weeks ago. Father killed going up to McDonald's just to check one of them fast food joints. I can't remember which one it was, but
probably McDonald's.
He's telling her to bring her brother up there. And she's stupid enough to bring her brother up there.
Right. She's stupid enough to call her brother, who's probably playing fucking 2K or some shit, minding his own fucking business, to go up there, get in a fucking gun battle over some words that were said that made her upset at the moment. You will never see this motherfucker again, but you're going to bring your brother up here, and there's a possibility he might die.
Yep.
And you're going to be at the balloon release crying.
Like you, bad body, beat up bad bitch. And I beat your brother ass. And go to gunplay with your brother. What you talking about? Call him up here, then while I'm up here. How about you get your brother on the phone? Siri, call my brother so you watch your brother die, ho. Fuck you talking about, stupid bitch. I'll be there. Not bye. That's right. I'll blow your brother brains out right here at Subway, ho. Fuck you talking about? You mad? The real one. Call your brother up here and I'll blow your brother brains out. What you want to do? From behind that collar, I will blow your brains out, bitch. Fuck you talking about? Blow. That's right. Blow. On that. Been on that.
They don't even have to show.
Stay on that. Arguing with a fuck.
Yeah, can I get a foot long?
Yo. This motherfucker. He is willing to. Yo, he's willing to kill. And she's dumb enough to argue with this shit.
And he just called out her brother. Now his brother's out there seeing this video. He's got to go out and kill this guy now.
That's true.
Yo, he does. Like, he has to, or he a hoe.
Yeah, he a bitch ass nigga.
What? And don't let her have multiple brothers.
It's like dominoes.
It's like a hit squad.
If the glider hangs out long enough, you'll all kill each other off, and we won't have to worry about you anymore, man.
Jeez.
Nah, because sons are fucking. Gliders are not fucking as much, yo. Y'all ain't having the kids. Poor sons are having 4, 5, 6 kids still. You seen a single mother? What was that? The shit? What was that? Chicago or whatever with the single mother that died at 24 that had 5, 6 kids. What was that shit that you did? Not too long ago. She had like 6 fucking kids.
Gliders.
She was like 25.
We want to leave a nice planet for you, so that when we're all gone, you'll have a nice planet for a week.
The white man, just a fantasy. Like 1,000 years from now.
I'm proud of the way we treat our neighbors. I'm proud of the way that we welcome people to this state. I'm proud of the way that we innovate. And I'm proud of the way that we are optimists for the future. No one's taking this away from us. Not the fraudsters. Certainly not this president. Not on my watch. Tomorrow, I'll be back with you. I'll give you an update on America's best paid family medical leave program that is now a week into it. And at that time, I'll take all your questions. Thank you all.
They're talking about 20 hours, 20 days, no, 20 weeks of paid leave on his little family paid leave. You can get 20 weeks of paid leave. Why even have a fucking job? If you want to take
weeks of paid leave. Damn.
At least this might open up an opportunity for a Somali governor.
Yo.
I mean, with the population there, it's not inconceivable.
Oh, like a second generation who's just a regular Minnesotan, you know?
Well, it would technically have to be, right? They'd have to be born here at least. I mean, technically.
I don't know if that's for
governor. I don't think that's for governor. No, that's not for governor.
Okay.
I think that's just for the executive. Like that's
yeah,
like
for president. Yeah.
For For now, it is.
They really do need to change all of that shit though. Like it needs to be like you have to be born here
But
to be
yeah,
like
because
a
fucking
mayor.
Arnold was governor of California. Duh.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. He was definitely governor. He's from Australia. Yep.
You talking about Schwarzenegger?
Yeah, he's from Austria.
Next call, more tomorrow. Appreciate it. Thank you. Wow. All right.
And he got out of there.
You said you were going to take questions. Why didn't you?
Thank you all. We'll be back tomorrow. Thank you.
Bruh, Kamala ruined this man's
Just
career.
committed
dog.
fraud. Sorry.
Kamala ruined his career, bro.
I mean, his career was pretty much.
No, but I'm just saying she ruined his career because before her, we didn't know who the fuck this was.
Yeah, because he had a bad debate against
Old
JD.
boy on
He looked
YouTube
bad.
definitely helped, though. The dude
didn't
who
know-
exposed all this shit.
No, but I'm just saying, period. If it wasn't for Kamala putting him on that ticket when he wasn't deserving of it, we would have never known who the fuck this dude had the popularity of the fucking governor from New Hampshire. No one knew who the fuck this person was or what. Like, no one was worried about who the governor of Minnesota was.
Yeah, sure as hell hadn't heard of him.
I never heard of him either.
10.
He did us a favor.
Well, by putting tampons in
Yeah, it's through the same lineage. This is how we come to know about the Somalian population in Minnesota, and then suddenly we got this whole situation where we're seeing everyone is getting bilked by these migrants. It's actually good that he was on that ticket that lost, but helped bring to national attention the lens of the public view on Minnesota.
Yeah, made him an enemy of Trump.
Not that anybody's going to get prosecuted for that. Nobody important, but
nobody important on here. But I mean, I will say they did get a big fish in Maduro, but they don't get any big fish in America.
If we are ever going to get back to the old America, that's got to be the Democrats' part of the bargain. Stop coming up with radically new and often terrible ideas, and then in the next breath, insist there be no debate about any of it. That if you don't see it right away and go along, you're bad, stupid, and deplorable. As if you were saying, duh, 2 + 2 = 5. Isn't that obvious? Yeah, it's obvious you can't add.
men can have babies.
You can't just say shit. Math is racist. Queers for Palestine. Looting is cool. Healthy at any weight? If the men's football team played the women's team, it would be a tie. You can't just say shit. If we are ever going to get back to the old...
Oh, shit.
But he knows that, but sometimes he subscribes to it.
Yeah, I mean, he's a Democrat, though.
He's riding the wave.
And he likes the sisters.
Is that his son?
No, this is she said, thank you for slapping Chris Rock at the event because he was mean to her the day before the controversial slap. I hate black bitches.
The moment I tapped Will on the back to tell him some crazy shit, I said, I know we're over this, but the day before you slapped Chris Rock in the face, he was an asshole to me. So when you did that, I said, thank you, my brother.
So your life was ruined, but it made my day when you did that.
What's up? She got alopecia too. Goddamn.
Will Smith has been accused of sexual harassment by Brian King Joseph. What are you, a hip-hop violinist?
What the fuck?
It says the lawsuit alleges Smith exhibited a pattern of predatory behavior as he was deliberately grooming and priming Mr. Joseph for further sexual exploitation.
Jesus.
It
Thank God he has
culminated
Jada to stand by him during all of this.
It culminated in a hotel intrusion while on tour, where Smith is believed to have entered Joseph's hotel room without permission to leave a romantic note indicating he'd return later, alongside HIV medication and a bottle of beer, among other items. After notifying hotel security, Will Smith's representatives and local police to the report to report the incident, Joseph was fired from the tour. The lawsuit also details how Will Smith would tell Joseph that you and I have such a special connection that I don't have with anyone else, and other similar expressions indicating his closeness to him. Man, Will, there's a lot of smoke around that gay shit with Will, man. God, it's
Will got HIV?
I don't know. I like he said he left.
But I'm going to be telling people, yeah.
he said that he said that he left. Hold on. He left a romantic note indicating he'd return later, alongside HIV medication and a bottle of beer, among
That's
other
what he
items.
meant. He's going to return later in the form of a virus.
Yo, this is
wild.
Nasty work, man. This is right here. This is nasty work for Will, man.
But I'm just saying though, like when you making up a story to lie about, I don't think like HIV medication along with a beer would like pop up in anyone's head if it wasn't true.
And
both invented by
Very
white
weird.
people.
One thing about black dudes, right? We not into the gay shit like that because of our culture, as far as like being open about it, right? So even a black dude saying that another dude came on to him, a lot of black dudes wouldn't come out with that. A lot of black dudes would bury that because they just don't want to be like known as somebody that a gay dude played with like that. Look at 50. He's still mad Puffy asked him to go shopping.
Yeah, 50 been holding that shit for 30 years, bro.
It's just like, you know what I'm saying? It's like a black dude not gonna really tell you all that shit, right? So for him to come out and say that, it make it more credible that it's a black dude saying that. Because a black dude ain't gonna be like, yeah, this nigga pushed up on me, he was whispering in my ear and shit. Nigga like, nah, nigga ain't play with me like that. Shit, nigga would have played with me like that, I smoked his ass. You know what I'm saying? Niggas don't play that, right? So, you know what I mean? So yeah, I believe this kid, man. And then what's the other kid? August Alsina, wasn't he around them?
Wasn't he the one banging
Oh
Jada?
no, he's banging his wife.
Yeah, but now he's like openly gay with like a boyfriend.
Yeah,
that's how it starts.
And he was like best friends, quote unquote, with Will Smith. Wasn't that the fucking thing?
No, he was best friends with the son.
Oh,
okay. Well, who's also fucking weird, isn't he?
Yeah, he's weird as fuck. Didn't he just come out with like a dress on or some shit?
Probably so. This is nasty work though, Will.
There's a lot of smoke out there. There could definitely be some fire.
I believe anything these niggas say about Will Smith. I ain't gonna lie to you. Listen, they could have told me that Will Smith came on a fucking unicorn with a fucking strap-on dildo in his ass. I would believe that shit, bro. Like, Will is a weird motherfucker for even allowing that bitch Jada to fucking do all of that shit. So I'm sorry. I believe everything.
I believe like smoke, right? I'm a big believer in smoke, right? Like
this smoke's been burning since the late 90s.
It's been so much smoke. Like it just like I know a lot of people, right? From just different eras of my life, right? Different iterations, right? All different types of people, not just thugs and DC niggas. I'm talking about all different types of people, right? And one common thing is that smoke is gotta be a spark for smoke. Like if you hearing about a dude that's gay, right? Like say you hear about like back in the day, you might hear about like just say in the DC days, the street days, right? Yeah, you know he be fucking them trannies and shit, right? All right, you're like, all right, well, okay, you hear that from one person, right? And then it's like you might not even fucking think about it no more because he ain't around that person, but you know of him. Then somebody else say, yeah, yeah, that's all. So he be loving and training and shit.
Well, that's
like,
why I've always said if you're having
and
sex with
those two people who told you don't know each other. The two people who told you that aren't like friends. They from different. You know both of them, but they don't know each other. So it's like, damn, that's a lot of smoke right there. And then you might see the dude somewhere. You might be riding down the street, and you might like see him with a girl, and she tall and got big ass hands or something. And it's like, oh shit, a lot of smoke there. That's even more. So it's like at some point you keep hearing people don't tell these stories. Like usually when the nigga talking shit about you, he not just gonna make up some bullshit. He gonna talk some shit that is true. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Unless it's a girl. Like a girl might be like, you got a little dick. Girl's gonna say you got a little dick. You know what I'm saying? Something like that. But is most dudes, when they talking shit about you, they talking about something either that they jealous of, or they talking about something that they think gonna make you look like a complete bitch ass nigga. You know what I'm saying? So it's like for all these people throughout the years to be saying this about Will, different people that don't know each other, different aspects of his life, like rapper Will, actor Will, mogul Will. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like every iteration.
Will.
It's just like a lot of smoke.
That's why you got to nip that stuff in the bud. When you have sex with a tranny, you have to kill him afterward. You can't have any
Most dudes do that, though. Most dudes do that. Though.
Hey, that's literally the fucking method, G. That's like the process. Like once you do that shit, you just off them, bro.
Yeah.
And then you go sit in prison and play dominoes for 60 fucking years.
Couldn't
and
you
then,
just,
matter
like,
of fact, you might
not
get
do that?
out. You might get out. The Innocent Project might come get you in 20-some years when they find out like it's only two genders and shit.
Always a chance of that.
And you know the numbers of dead trannies in this country, the high percentage, disproportionate number of them that have been taken out by a son.
Shit, 95.5%. I did a video on that a few years back. It's insane. It's insane how many of them were killed by sons. Literally, like if it wasn't for sons, they wouldn't be able to do that whole trans lives like matter or trans people. They wouldn't be able to do that. But here's the thing though. We got a trans guy that tried to kill JD tried to kill JD Vance today. Did y'all hear about that?
No.
Hit the like button, man. Support the channel.
Yeah, I heard. He broke into his crib, right?
Yeah. Sponsor tonight's programming, man. Hit the like button. Sponsor tonight's program. Salute to Eric S, man. Eric S says, somehow I've done overcooked my steaks. But this great show and a couple of new drinks made up for it. Man, you got to get your steak blue. Get your steak blue, man. Cook blue. I just learned about that the other day. I'm going to do that next time I go to a steakhouse. I'm going to get it blue. That means that's like when they just like cook it for like 30 seconds on one side, turn it over for another like maybe 20 seconds, and then they put it on your plate.
So it's cold in the middle?
No, man. It's just right. I started liking rare like maybe like 15 years ago. I would always gag at the thought of eating rare food. But then white guy, my wife, her friend's husband, we started hanging out with like couples and whatnot, and I started, he started putting me on the stuff, and I was like, oh wow. And I ate. He gave me a burger. It was a burger. It wasn't even a steak. It was a burger that was medium rare.
Well, your son's invented fire a long time ago. You've been using it a lot.
Shit was so good, dog. And I was like, yo, I would hooked on medium rare since then.
What you trying to do? Just get some?
Oh, you used to eat it well done.
Nah, I don't like a steak well done.
No, I say you used to eat it well done.
Oh yeah, I used to burn the steak. If it was any blood in my food, I would take it as offense, man. I would be like, yo, what the fuck is this shit, man?
Yeah.
Are you trying to feed me raw food and shit? I be mad and shit. I treated steak like chicken, man. You know what I'm saying? If there's any pink on the inside, man, I'm just trying to kill me out this motherfucker. You know what I'm saying?
Many a time, buddy.
Yeah, I'm a nigga. I was like that, but I mean, that burger he gave me, that joint just changed everything. And then I started, slowly started liking red.
What's your pause? What's your favorite piece on it? The tomahawk or the cowboy?
My favorite steak, I would say if I go to a steakhouse, I would like to get a porterhouse. You know what I mean? Steak. That's like the biggest one you can get. But pause, any steak that got a bone in it, because I like the bone. Pause.
Yeah, I like a tomahawk.
Yeah, tomahawk.
I don't need to pause.
All that shit. Yeah. Yeah, that's good. But me personally, though, yeah, a porterhouse is kind of like, I like when I rarely go to steakhouses, but when I do, might as well go big, man.
Yeah, that porterhouse damn near the best cut.
Yeah, just and listen, man. I don't cut my fucking steak and then put it on my plate. I hate that. They slice the steak up. And then they bring it onto the plate, already cut up. No, motherfucker.
Yeah, hey, Chicago known for steakhouses. That's basically that's a big deal here. Like steakhouses here are legit.
You're supposed to let the meat rest, right? Before you cut into that.
Yeah,
you're supposed to.
Yeah, and listen, man, steakhouses, don't get me wrong, they're great. I need to go to one. I need to find one down here in Pennsylvania. A good one, but yeah, I listen. I love steak. I ain't gonna lie, man. I can eat steak all day, man. I can literally eat.
Ain't you the Chinese food guy though?
Well, I had Chinese food for New Year's. Steak and what's that? Beef and broccoli. And chicken lo mein.
Yeah, you don't have to worry about that stuff. That stuff. By the time you eat it, it's been cooked 3 or 4 different times.
Yeah. General shows. So this guy, J.D. Vance home attacker William DeFore, confirmed to be transgender and goes by the name Julia. Both parents are registered as Democrats, donating over $11,000 to Kamala Harris in 2024. They also donated to Joe Biden. Wow. Another trans fucking...
He could pass for a fat chick if he let his hair out.
Oh, yeah.
I think it's a girl.
No, I think it's a boy now that acts like or calls himself.
No, I thought it was a girl that's trying to be a boy.
No, this is a boy that's trying to be a girl.
Nah, it's confusing.
William is trans and goes by Julia.
Oh, he got it reversed. He fucked up.
There's not a lot of testosterone there either way. He was on the fence.
Not a future linebacker.
J.D. Vance says, I appreciate everyone's well wishes about the attack at our home. As far as I can tell, a crazy person tried to break in by hammering the windows. I'm grateful to the Secret Service and the Cincinnati police for responding quickly. We weren't even home as we had returned already to D.C. One request to the media: we try to protect our kids as much as possible from the realities of this life of public service. In that light, I'm skeptical of the news value of plastering images of our home with holes in the windows. Well, JD Vance, come on, man.
But subscribe to my OnlyFans.
You know that's not.
See those photos. It's nuts, man. The number of deranged. Well, is it any wonder at all that someone who's been allowed to believe that he or she can change their gender and claim to be the opposite sex is crazy enough to do something like climb on someone's lawn and bash out their windows? No, it's not surprising. And I'm surprised there's not more of this, honestly, considering that was kind of considered a plausible worldview that your gender is something so fluid that you can be whatever you want, and that you are a girl, and everyone else has to call you a girl if you say you're a girl.
Yeah,
It seems like 2015, but it's like it's no surprise that this is where we end up.
Yeah, I mean, they're shooting up schools. They're very violent subset of the society. Like the violence that comes out of that group per capita is astonishing. And I'm not talking about like just like domestic violence. I'm talking about like public, shocking, newsworthy violence.
Incredible numbers that trannies are putting up in that field, but yet again, per capita, when you put them up against the Suns, they take a beating.
Salute to JD Vance kids, man. He got a beautiful family here, man. Patel, he got him a bunch of little half Patels.
Tell them you're Indian on your application.
That guy, man. This guy right here.
Yeah, man. He's a they, them for sure.
These.
Are any of these people going to go to trial? Or are they all going to take a nut defense and just go stay, in a mental hospital?
Will Smith. Yeah, I saw Pursuit of Happiness. That was very good. That movie was very good.
Happiness is the name of a male dancer that he's been chasing.
Yeah, that was a great
This guy was the biggest star in the world. I mean, who's comparable today? Who has such presence in the culture?
I don't know any of these new stars. I don't want to know either. I don't know anybody that's famous after
this
like
guy was a
Taylor.
huge rapper, a huge TV star, and then the biggest action movie star. He was hitting all of them, and now he's, I guess it was all 20 years ago, 25 years ago.
Will Smith being a closeted gay dude and abuser is a shocker. I don't think Will Smith being a closeted gay dude is a shocker.
No way.
He's always been smoke. His friend, what was that guy? His buddy used to always go on vacation with the other actor, Dwayne.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Dwayne Martin.
Yeah, exactly. They were always.
Yeah, that's why I think Keisha divorced him or something like that. Try to say that.
Not Keisha. You talking about Gina from Martin?
Gina, yeah, I think Keisha Campbell, right?
Letitia, is it Tisha Campbell?
Tisha Campbell, yeah.
I thought you said Keisha. Sound like you said Keisha. You said Tisha. Okay.
That's that Newark. That's that Newark talk.
I thought you said Keisha. So this is the guy. Oh God, he looks sweet too. I see why Will tried him. If I was a gay dude, I'd try you too, man.
Man. Yeah, come on, man. I don't want to hear that. Don't ever say that shit.
I would be like, yo, he one of us. Yeah, he one of us, man. Because he listen, when you look like this, you can't be mad. Like, now listen, you look like me, you crook, you could be upset if a gay dude come on to you, right? This dude, he got to eat that pause. You know what I'm saying?
He like begging motherfuckers to notice. You know what I'm saying? hey, the icing on the cake is the blue one, man. The little blue braid.
Yeah.
Man.
No facial hair, lipstick on. He's choking.
Hey, and he got a choker on. It ain't not a straight man in the year 2010 to and up had a choker on, bro. Come on, man.
He asking for it, man.
He's probably had a lot blue. He's all right. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, it's bad when you got Jack Me Off in the chat saying pause.
Yeah. This dude asking for it. Shout out to Deluxe.
He's had
aka Cal Ripley, aka the real MVP, coming through once again.
He's had a lot of things blue in his hair. That's got to be rough.
Yeah, I mean, he looked like, yeah, listen, he advertising it. Like he looked like maybe he just wasn't in the will. He could still be gay, but he just wasn't in the will. Like
imagine trying to get.
He probably wanted his son. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
imagine trying to get Will's load out of your dreads. You know, that's a
right.
long night.
I'd rather not.
This poor guy is what I'm saying. Whatever he gets, he's earned it. Is all I'm saying.
Hey everybody, I just wanted to talk about something really important. Earlier this year,
he literally has on lipstick and a face full of foundation. His face is beat, eyebrows done. Yo, you was asking for it, man. Listen, Will.
It's confirmed.
You knew you was around Will Smith looking all sweet like this, man. You set Will up.
This nigga around Will Smith trying to be the baddest bitch, and now he upset.
When they said foundational Black American, I wasn't sure that this is what they meant.
Yeah, man.
Nah, I think he obviously gay, but he just wasn't trying to be gay for Will.
Yeah, exactly.
He was probably trying to throw that shit at Jaden, bruh.
Or somebody else. Maybe he just wanted something, but maybe he just listen. That's how I am, man. Some girls I don't like. Some women. Now it's very rare, but so I mean, some women I'm just like, man, I'm like, nah, I'm good. At least back in my single days, I'd be like, nah, I'm good. You give me some head though, but I'm good.
Man, listen, niggas ain't passing up shit, bro. You tripping, bro. Niggas, if nobody would know, niggas would pass up shit.
Even if people would know.
I know. Well, I'm talking about. Hey, especially early on though.
On them type of job, I'm talking about like just fucking bitch look like a Martian and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, bitch look like the Michelin man who like on crack and some shit like this shit. Like, but yeah, it's very rare. But yeah, like I mean, we've all done it. And listen, here's the thing though, like Will's probably like twice his age. Let's keep it a buck. You know what I mean? Will's mad.
Oh, Will is like what? Will is like what? Almost 60, ain't he?
Yo, Will, look, I'm 47, right? I remember being a kid and listening to Will Smith music. He was already grown and shit. So
Will Smith is 57.
Okay, yeah, nah, this dude probably 3 times like his age, damn near almost 3. This dude probably 20.
Yeah. So Will, and then here's the thing, Will Game, you gonna come to my home, you gonna leave a love note and then HIV medicine and fucking a beer, like a beer. You Will Smith, you better leave a bottle of motherfucking. I did some Cristal or some Ace of Spades. You left me a beer.
Oh no, that's not what the bottle's for. That's not what the bottle's for. Ak, you got it mixed up.
Oh
shit!
Jesus
Christ, good point.
Oh shit, you might be right, bro. I think the beer is to clean out his. Oh yeah. Shit. Fuck.
For what?
Yo, it's a prep machine.
All right, this conversation is going in dark places.
Oh no!
Look,
they use beer to do that. They use beer to do that.
I'm not sure, but what he knows something. Do you know something?
Maybe it's not something. So maybe he's just gonna put it up his butt. We don't know. He's
beer for that shit. Yo, these niggas is wild. Yo, listen, man. All I know is look, this dude fruity. Okay. He fruity.
You gotta wash your AIDS medicine down with something. That's the next commercial for Bud Light. Hey,
what?
Hey guys, remember us? We brought you that tranny in a dress. Well, now if you need to wash down your Biktarvy, take your Bud Light.
Yeah. Listen. This guy's a fruit cup. So I'm not gonna sit here and like it's a lot of smoke here. I believe this one because this guy's flaming. Think about it. If he not gay, then what is gay?
No, I gotta hear the rest of this motherfucker. Go ahead, bro.
Like, where's the line at, man? God damn, man.
Hey, everybody. I just wanted to talk about something really important. Earlier this year, I was hired to be a performer on a major tour with somebody who is huge in the industry. So I was excited, proud of myself for getting the opportunity. Unfortunately, some things happened, and I can't get into the details of exactly what that was because it's already a legal issue right now. But the reason why I'm speaking out about this is because getting fired or getting blamed or shamed or threatened or anything like that, simply for reporting sexual misconduct or safety threats at work, is not okay. And I know that there's a lot of other people out there who have been afraid to speak up, and I understand. And if that's you, I see you. And that's pretty much it. More updates to come soon. Thanks for listening.
I believe that kid, man. He doesn't seem like a liar, man. He wasn't like messy and shit. He was straight up with it. I believe that kid, man.
Yeah, that's who he was trying to fuck right there. Look at him.
Nothing weird going on. Come on.
Shit.
If it weren't for white supremacy, these guys could just live their open lives. They wouldn't have to be so secretive and hide and shame. God damn that white supremacy.
Yeah, because as a black gay dude, they gotta try twice as hard.
Damn.
Which is half as hard as a woman.
What?
Jeez.
Hey, I put a link in the back chat of a video I just did. It's only like a minute and a half.
Is that real? This guy won the World Series 6 years in a row?
That's
insane. No way. But yeah, man.
What's his name?
Will Smith, the guy. His name's
Oh,
Will
yeah.
Smith.
No, Will Smith is a good baseball player.
Yeah.
No, he's just like a lucky motherfucker.
Yeah, that's
No, but he is actually pretty decent. He's pretty good.
Yeah, I
but
follow
he was on
baseball
different
enough.
teams. He was on all different teams when he won it.
Yeah, I follow baseball enough. He an average ball player.
I used to follow baseball religiously in my younger days, but I can't tell you nothing. The last 10 plus years, I don't know nothing about like who. I'm not into it like that. The last team I really followed was the 2019 Nationals, man.
Once they took the roids out of it, it lost its appeal.
Yeah, I mean, that era was good though, man. Like, everybody talk about that era. Like
They need to bring that shit back. That was when baseball was probably the most popular shit.
Barry Bonds and Mark McGwire going at it.
Allegedly, they juiced the ball, so that's why more home runs.
Yeah, they juicing the balls now, which is like crazy because they juicing the balls. And didn't they do something else with it, like what's all that?
About that torpedo bat.
Yeah, it's a bat and the balls, everything's different. Yeah.
It's a shot clock, which is good. So
I like that, but everything else is bullshit. Like you can't compare this era to no. That's why I don't compare eras in no sport. Eras are very hard to like. Yo, everything changes. I remember in the 80s, you hit 30 home runs, you was a power hitter. I mean, like a power hitter. Then in the 90s, like shortstops was hitting 30 home runs. Second baseman was hitting 30 home runs. So it's like eras are different, man. Every era is different. Some players' careers overlap in multiple eras. Like LeBron, his careers overlap in multiple eras, but most eras you just want to compare the players to the people in their era. Because once you start comparing dudes to players in other eras, like Michael Jordan, he would have been a great three-point shooter. They're like, Michael Jordan didn't shoot no three. Yeah, because you didn't shoot threes back then. You think Michael Jordan would have been you think Michael Jordan would have sucked at threes if he would have practiced it? Come on, man. Mike practicing threes, he's like, I can't get it, man. I'm trying to get these threes, but I just can't figure it out. Man,
He had
Mike
more.
would have been Excellent three-point shooter.
Like certain. No, he could turn.
He had more threes off the court than on the court.
Yeah, man. Mike would have been Shaq would be shooting threes. In this era, Shaq would be shooting threes. Not saying he probably take 2 or 3 threes a game. This is a whole different era. You can't compare nobody to this era, man. Larry Bird averaged 1 3 a game.
I mean, Mark Price used to shoot threes. He was pretty good. From Reggie Miller, they were players. No, Mark Price was a good shooter. He was a good shooter.
I'm talking about compared to now. All right, let me see how many three-pointers did Mark Price average a game. Those guys would shoot from right in front of the three-point line. Okay, Mark Price averaged 2.1 threes per game in his peak season. Okay, at his peak, he averaged 2.1 threes a game. Okay? All right? That's the highest of his career. Okay? So we talk about like cut it out, man. The 3-point was something that you used, judiciously.
I agree with you on I agree with you on that, but Reggie Miller.
Larry Bird averaged 0.72 threes made per game. Not even one.
On how many attempts?
0.72 threes made per game.
Yeah, it was like a circus trick back then, man.
I mean, by the time Reggie Miller, he was a little bit okay. He averaged 2.5 to 3 3-pointers a game. He averaged 2.8 in his prime.
The post Steph Curry.
Okay, so come on, man. The 3-point shot. You telling me Reggie Miller? How many would you think Reggie Miller would take today? Reggie Miller would take at least 12 threes a game today. At least 12. You know what I mean? At least. Bird would take 12 a game. 10 or 12. And you telling me these guys wouldn't be really good at it if they practiced it?
They're really good shooters at the time. They were really efficient. But they didn't. They looked at it. Bird looked at the 3 when he needed it.
Well, the coaches didn't. Coaches, that was a good way to get in trouble with your coach, too. Like, coaches in college, you got to remember, when Bird, the first year the 3-point line came out was Larry Bird's rookie year. So coaches wasn't used to the 3-point line. And when it came about, it was like, oh shit, what is this? It spread the floor. Don't get me wrong. It's a very low percentage shot because the guys couldn't shoot it. So you got a bunch of guys who were used to shooting as close to the basket as possible. Because the old game was get as close to the basket as possible.
One player did shoot far a lot, Pistol Pete.
Let's see how many 3-pointers Pistol Pete averaged a game.
He didn't have the 3-pointer at that time.
Yeah, I've heard a number that they say they estimate he would have had. I don't remember what the percentage was or the number was, but it's been.
They talking about in college though. In college, he averaged 44 points a game. It said he would have averaged 12 to 13 3-pointers a game, made a game. If he had played, this is when he was in college. He averaged 44 points a game in college. So yeah, they said they went back and looked at his shots. Yeah, they said he would have shot 66.7% from 3, and made 12 a game. But he didn't shoot. Yeah, like you said, he didn't have that in college or in the pros. Yeah, he didn't have it in college or in the pros.
He might have a little more respect today.
Okay, he said when the 3-point line was introduced, Maravich shot a remarkable 66.7%. So he was in there for what? When did his career end? 1980 or something?
Cook County's in the back chat.
Okay, yeah, I don't compare eras. I don't. But I can tell you the GOAT. Michael Jordan's the GOAT. I can tell you that.
If you had to pick an era for baseball, though, I'm thinking like something before, like maybe 1947. You know,
it was literally like school teachers and plumbers out there just fucking running. They was running with the bat and shit around bases and shit, fucking smoking cigarettes and shit mid game.
Yeah, pitchers was throwing like 60 miles an hour and shit. Like now, it's like we talking about now. Motherfuckers is throwing 100 and something. Like I mean, heat. But like those guys would have. You think Hank Aaron wouldn't have fucking learned how to hit a fastball nowadays? You think Willie Mays wouldn't have learned how to hit a fastball? Oh shit.
So at 4, a violent weekend in the Bluff City. An 88-year-old man is charged in Memphis's first homicide of 2026 after allegedly shooting his wife. Thank you for joining us. I'm April Thompson.
That's not fair. That shouldn't count. You can't be your wife.
Has more what neighbors are saying about the man being charged with second-degree murder.
After I woke up the next day and actually heard about it, it surprised me because I never expected him like that. He looked like a loving person.
Just before 2:30 Sunday morning,
Happy
fatal
New Year,
gunshots rang
bitch.
out in the 3800 block of Fillsdale Avenue. The man accused of pulling the trigger is 88-year-old Raymond Dowdy.
Him and his wife, I never would have expected that. And he been my neighbor like 30, 40 years or so. I heard the shooting that night, but it woke me up and I went on back to sleep.
According to the affidavit, police responded to an alarm call and found Dowdy inside of the home, and his wife May Dowdy dead from a gunshot wound.
They be sitting outside in them little chairs. He be in one, she be in the other, but I never expected that though.
Police say Dowdy told them that he got mad and lost control in a disagreement with his wife, so he shot her. Another resident who wanted to keep their identity confidential says this should serve as a reminder to reconsider your actions in a heated moment.
We as a group of people, we need to start loving each other instead of hating each other, because here in the city of Memphis, there's too much anger.
Those who knew the couple say it will take time to heal from this.
You know, that guy, 88 years old, kills his wife. You know, they've been married probably decades. But you know, him being a son, man, he probably been planning that murder for at least the last 30 seconds. He probably been planning that for about 15 to 30 seconds, man.
That's what he said.
I wonder what that dispute was about. After all those years married, what was the final straw that broke his back?
Yeah. Who knows, man?
Investigation continues into a deadly shooting at an Airbnb in West Hamlin County that left 2 teens dead and 2 others injured. Deputies say the shooting happened during a party early Sunday morning, and the suspect remains at large. 6 on your side's Clarissa De La Cruz spoke with a witness who captured video from a Ring camera as teenagers.
Okay, so right now we'll give you a chance. Who do you think did this, man?
Well, Sunday morning, everybody's probably in church, so I can't even imagine who this could be.
I mean, it is. I would say, Airbnb.
All the burritos are working on their trucks, trying to get them started Sunday morning. Who could have done this?
I'll say Sons, man.
Mormons, maybe.
I'll say Sons. I'll say Sons.
Could be the KKK, though.
Ran from the scene.
What's usually a quiet neighborhood in West Hamblin County turned into a scene of chaos overnight. Deputies say a party here ended in gunfire, and neighbors say the violence reached their own backyards.
Smash.
Deputies say they were called to a shooting around 12:30 a.m. Saturday at a short-term rental on Old Poplar Ridge Road. Investigators say about 25 to 30 people, mostly juveniles from surrounding counties, were at the home for a party. A nearby resident shared this Ring camera video showing teenagers running through his yard just moments after the gunfire.
First thing I heard was gunshots, 6 or 7 gunshots to start, and then a pause and 3 or 4 more gunshots. And I thought possibly someone's just trying out a gun or shooting. But then I heard a commotion in our backyard, and I looked out the window, and this time my wife had got up, and both of us looked out the window, and there was several young people running through our backyard.
Neighbors say incidents like this raise concerns about safety in an area where violent crime is rare.
We questioned one of the people, said, "What's going on?" And he just stopped briefly and said, "I'm just trying to get these people out of here." And at that point, we knew that something was going on. That's when I called 911.
Deputies say 2 teenagers, an 18-year-old and a juvenile, were killed. 2 other teenagers were also shot.
This looks like a white kid to me, man.
That old man, did they bleep the word black? It sounded like the people out of here. It was weird. You didn't hear that.
When the people said, "What's going on?" And he just stopped briefly and said, "I'm just trying to get these people out of here." And at that point, we knew that something was going on. That's when I called 911.
Deputies say 2 teenagers, an 18-year-old and a juvenile, were killed. 2 other teenagers were also shot and taken to the hospital with non-life-threatening injuries.
We want to pray for their families. And it's just a tragic event.
In Hamblin County, Clarissa Dela Cruz, 6 on your side.
Deputies say the suspect is still at large and ask anyone with information to contact the Hamblin County Sheriff's Office. That information will be on our website, by the way, WATE.com.
If he prays for their families, he'll be the only one doing it.
Mm.
We have a victim who was shot execution style in the parking lot of our local elementary school.
Tonight, an arrest in a Federal Hill murder in the parking lot of an elementary school. Now, community members are pressing for more to make sure the violence in the area stops. Federal Hill Saturday, a sense of relief.
I am so thankful for our partners at the Baltimore Police Department. It was clear from the following morning that they were on top of the case.
Word of an arrest in an early morning homicide in Federal Hill last Sunday. Baltimore police arresting 31-year-old Devin Johnson of Baltimore for the December 28th shooting death of 32-year-old Charles Brothers on what was supposed to be a celebration.
No one should have a family member, a friend, or a colleague go out at night to celebrate their birthday and not go back home.
Jen Cavino, public safety chair for the Federal Hill Neighborhood Association.
I'm thankful for it.
While thankful for the arrest, she's also wanting to see more when it comes to violent crime in Federal Hill.
I am so sorry that we,
that's the nice section, right?
Have not made our request clear enough or urgent enough to the city to put the resources.
Like the area around the waterfront.
Yeah.
They have a lot of shit there because it's a lot of clubs, a lot of, attractions there. So sons come there and get into it with each other and kill each other down there.
Yeah, she's not feeling that.
She was woke last year, though, I bet. She probably one of these people that probably just recently been because she said she's police partners, she's thankful for her police partners. These people down there didn't talk like that last year. Police is bad, man.
This is into Federal Hill that we need to stop and make sure there are no more homicides here.
In November, a double shooting in Federal Hill left a 37-year-old man dead. Cavino pointing to just how bad violent crime has gotten in the area.
Our homicide rate is 222% higher than the citywide averages from 2025. Our common assault rate is 104% higher than the citywide averages. Our aggravated assault rate is 38% higher.
Looking ahead to the future of Federal Hill.
When parents and families are
when it's hot out,
whether to
crime
move to
rate does go up.
Baltimore, they're going to do a Google search and see that the closest elementary school is Federal Hill Prep. the first thing they're going to read about it is that there's a murder there.
Covino is wanting more for the neighborhood.
Everything that the mayor has done to have success in other communities, we want to see that replicated in Federal Hill in 2026
Hi, I'm Vincent Hill. Thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to like this video
really
and
slanted.
subscribe to our channel.
I can tell you what the problem is in those other neighborhoods. It wasn't the mayor, it was the prosecutor, Ivan Bates. So he started prosecuting people and throwing the book at them. But those people live in those areas, right? This area is not, if the crime's not being done by people who live there, crime's being done by people that come there for clubs and nightlife and kill each other. So you can't prosecute your way out of that.
But this is the same old typical white supremacy news coverage, man. They're not even mentioning this is the hottest January we've ever had on record. And we know what happens when the weather's hot. People come out, crimes get committed. And it's just, they're trying to slander a whole population.
A man is behind bars tonight accused of breaking into a Raleigh teacher's house and killing her.
Yeah, a judge denied bond today for Ryan Camacho. Police say Camacho broke into Zoe Welch's home on Clay Street.
Glider. I don't care what this last name is. He's a glider. That's a glider. Look at that nose. Look at that hair. Look at that skin. That's a glider.
He's got that kind of criminal look, though. Just this weird left side of his face.
Well, he got
a little droopy.
He's got an Umbrito last name?
Yeah. Camacho.
Breaking into a Raleigh teacher's house and killing her.
Yeah, a judge denied bond today for Ryan Camacho. Police say Camacho broke into Zoe Welch's home on Clay Street early Saturday morning and attacked her while she was on the phone with 911. Welch was a teacher at Ravenscroft School, a private K-12 in North Raleigh.
CBS 17's Mary Smith is live for us tonight, beginning our team coverage on this story. And Mary, what have you learned about Camacho's criminal history?
Well, we know between Wake and Durham counties, he's been arrested more than a dozen times. We've also learned that he was released from jail about a month ago. 36-year-old Ryan Camacho appeared in court Monday afternoon.
You've been charged with the murder of Zoe Welch. You've also been charged with felony breaking and entering. If you were to be convicted of murder, you could receive life in prison without the possibility of parole or the death penalty.
According to Wake County District Attorney Lauren Freeman, Camacho's court appearance comes about a month after another hearing for him where he faced misdemeanor charges from incidents in August. But her office dropped those charges.
His defense attorney did file for a capacity to proceed evaluation. That hearing was conducted in district court. On December 4th, he was found not capable to proceed.
That evaluation raised concerns about his mental state.
So if somebody does something violent and they're not capable to stand trial, you just release them back into the public? That seems like it would create like more people claiming that they weren't. I don't know. It just doesn't seem like the right thing to do, man.
No.
In any level. Across the board, it seems like a bad idea.
I think it's time to go 180 degrees the other direction. Don't care if you're mental. Don't care if you're crazy. You did the crime. You're doing the time, or riding the lightning, whatever. Let's let the pendulum swing the other direction.
Yeah, man. It's too much of this. I'm crazy. I can't stand trial. All right. Release him. But what about what he did? Well, he's crazy. Yeah, but that's my point exactly. He's crazy. So why are you letting him back out on the street? Because he's crazy. Can't stand trial,
and only a crazy person would have committed the crime. So everybody should be innocent.
District Attorney Freeman tells CBS 17 her office sought involuntary commitment for Camacho so he could be treated.
We presented evidence, asked that the judge involuntarily commit him based on the evidence available at that time. there was not sufficient evidence from the court's perspective to involuntarily commit him. The state law in North Carolina for involuntary commitment is that you have to be a danger to self or others.
CBS 17 reached out to the judge who denied that request, and we're waiting to hear back. Records show Camacho has been arrested at least 9 times in Wake County and several times in Durham County.
He actually has spent almost exclusively since 2019 time in custody. So he was first convicted in 2019 of felony offenses here in Wake County, sent to prison for a couple of years, followed by a probationary sentence that also ultimately was revoked as a result of that. During that period of revocation, he escaped from prison, was given an active sentence as a result of that. And then since getting out of prison on those offenses, has bounced between various jails, both in Durham County and here.
Online records show in multiple cases in Durham, motions were made to appoint a local certified forensic investigator, which would determine mental capacity. We reached out to the Durham County District Attorney's Office for more details on these cases, and we're waiting to hear back.
And he remains behind bars here in Wake County with no bond tonight. We're live in Raleigh. Mary Smith, CBS 17 News.
All right, Mary, thank you.
Jeez.
The man accused of killing a teacher at Ravenscroft School, charged with murder and being held without bond. Here he is today in the courtroom, Ryan Camacho.
So investigators say he broke into a teacher's home, attacked her while she was calling 911. The teacher we're talking about is this woman, Zoe Welsh.
Oh, boy.
You know she was woke, right? 1,000% woke.
Wokey woke.
Yeah, she was.
You know what? She and her killer both have these weird wonky faces, like where one half is looking one way and one half is looking the other. They both have it. Maybe if one half could have gotten together with the other half, things might have worked out differently.
What coulda, woulda, shoulda been.
She was a science teacher and the former chair of the science department. After the attack, she went to the hospital where she died from her injuries.
WRAL's Eric Miller is covering this story for us tonight. Eric, Welsh's death, tragic enough, of course, compounded by the lengthy criminal history. And the suspect, Camacho, you spoke with someone who has had lengthy run-ins with this guy as well.
Yeah, absolutely, Ashley. We sat down with Wes Phillips. He says the murder that happened here on Clay Street over the weekend hit far too close to home. That's because nearly a decade ago, he says that Camacho harassed, stalked, and terrified his family for more than a year. Phillips told us that he had to move his family twice and that pleas to police and prosecutors that something be done about this man ultimately went unanswered. You take a look at this video here. Now, Phillips says this all started all the way back in 2016. He had a number of scary interactions with Camacho. That includes in October of that year. He says his wife spotted Camacho outside what at the time was their home in Mordecai. Security video captures a man throwing a rock into the windshield of Phillips' car and then through the sunroof before kicking and punching that car. After Phillips and his family moved away, he says Camacho later came back and then fired several shots into their former home. Camacho did end up facing charges in that case, but Phillips says it wasn't enough and authorities should have done more here.
You got to give me some of that.
Part of the reason I'm here is it makes me really angry.
If he was the brother, they would have thrown his ass in jail.
Yeah, facts.
They'd have shot his ass.
Don't let them hear about this one. Yeah, don't let the Suns hear about this one. They will instantly forget about the thousands of other stories. Just say some stupid.
It makes me angry that it feels like there was a complete institutional just failure here that led to, a woman being killed who touched so many lives.
This guy.
Yeah, Phillips says he even tried to get something as simple as a no contact order put in place, but that was never able to happen, he says, because police couldn't find Camacho to serve him with paperwork. Now, Camacho did have his first day in court here in the Zoe Welsh case this morning. He's due back in court on January 26th and is currently being held without bond. In Raleigh, Eric Miller, WRAL News.
Eric, thank you. All of it is very sad and shocking, of course. And if none of
It is shocking in one way. You know, like if you just read the headline, there's something kind of shocking about this story. Man kills woman, and then you see the story and it's like, well, that's a little surprising. It's not what I expected. Expected something like the main character would be a little different.
Yeah, man. Yeah, that's bad. They're glad they should have been in prison, but
A Detroit bus driver and her supervisor left a running city bus for a romantic rendezvous, leaving riders stuck and frustrated. This was just one of the issues uncovered in a new report from the Detroit Inspector General. The report says the two were caught being romantic during work hours multiple times, causing long delays. Noel Friel spoke with city leaders tonight. And Noel, this report claims management failed to investigate this properly.
Yeah, that's right, Kimberly. The Office of Inspector General found that supervisor and employee were having what it called romantic interactions both on the city bus and during working hours. But the even bigger problem, according to this report, is what happened after that relationship was discovered.
What race were they?
It started with an anonymous complaint back in June alleging that a
Black, Detroit.
Senior Transportation Service Inspector Andre Reese and bus driver Dana Ruff engaged in indecent activity on
a lot of filters on there, but she looked good. You know, filters, makeup, all that shit. But it don't matter, you know, what she looked like. He wanted to fuck her.
a city bus. An investigation by the Office of Inspector General uncovered video footage from May 6th showing the two fondling each other on a bus. It found Reese then reported an unsubstantiated mechanical issue with the bus, took the bus out of commission, and took Ruff to a fast food restaurant, disrupting service for 115 minutes. On May 20th, it says Reese and Ruff again met up multiple times during Ruff's route and at one point abandoned the bus while it was still running. That day, DDOT received a complaint via a customer assistance form about the abandoned bus, but Inspector General Kamal Marable says leadership didn't investigate.
Yo, Coochie cannot be that good. I'm sorry. I mean, it's good. It's good, but I'm not doing that. Not for my job.
It sounds like she had an issue. It sounds like she had an issue with the rear suspension.
I bet. Coochie ain't that important. Fuck that.
It was her. It could have been her feeding over the dick, man. It could have been her.
It takes two to tangle.
Yeah, it could have been
in the
her,
middle of her
man.
shift.
Yeah, this is crazy. They left the bus. They just like, all right, y'all, we'll be back. What the fuck? These women got sexy. These nymphomaniacs, man.
Did it properly.
We found out that the supervisors who were responsible for dealing with this type of issue were very lenient in their response to it.
DDOT Superintendent Howard Bragg classified their actions as a Class 4 offense, which would normally be punishable by a 30-day suspension followed by termination. Instead, he gave them both 5-day suspensions. Marable says he never reviewed the video footage of the two inside the bus.
For some reason, this individual only chose to review the footage basically from outside of the bus, not the full interaction. So we found that very problematic.
The Office of the Inspector General is now recommending discipline for Bragg and the DDOT Assistant Director, additional consequences for Reese and Ruff, as well as policy reform and enhanced training for DDOT leadership.
The real victims in this were the citizens who were waiting on buses that did not come on time because you had individuals who did not take their job and their responsibility seriously.
They still have jobs.
Wow.
And in a statement, Executive Director of Transit Robert Kramer said DDOT is already implementing some of those recommendations, saying in part, quote, "We will ensure that employee disciplinary actions align with the city's human resource standards and improve processes to prevent discipline not being applied appropriately in the future." DDOT will submit a response to the Office of Inspector General by January 23rd. Reporting live, Noel Friel, Local 4.
Okay, keep us posted, Noel. Thank you for your report this evening.
Yo, that must be some bomb coochie, boy.
I'm telling you.
God.
Story tonight, an assistant principal suspended over accusations of inappropriate behavior with students. Detroit Public Schools making the move after a social
making
media
them
post
read.
goes viral, garnering really some disturbing comments. Let's get live to Fox News' Jessica.
Yo, this is gonna be
has the
funny.
story and spoke to one man who helped bring all of this into the spotlight. Jess.
Yeah, his name is Michael Anderson. He describes himself as a concerned citizen here in Detroit. And over the last couple of weeks, his post has really gone viral, garnering a lot of attention, so much so that it came to a head earlier today outside of Renaissance High School, where parents rallied against this assistant principal. It all came a day after that assistant principal was suspended with pay by Detroit Public Schools as they look into these allegations.
Bad different people come forward and say that he's been doing inappropriate things with the students and stuff like that.
Since Detroiter Michael Anderson posted this video 2 weeks ago, the alleged victims are mounting.
Mostly like just saying inappropriate things like that, a lot of grooming type of stories.
Claims of inappropriate behavior from the assistant principal at Renaissance High School in Detroit with underage people. Then parents got this message just before holiday break ended.
Please be advised that an administrator at the school has been placed on administrative leave pending the outcome of an investigation involving allegations of misconduct.
Suspended with pay as a precaution, while Detroit Public Schools Community District unpacks the accusations all spurred from Michael's post. He says it started when a woman reached out to him claiming she was in a sexual relationship with that administrator 13 years ago when she was 15.
She was scared to like reveal herself. And she was saying like, could you think you could put the story out for me just to see if it was like other victims out here? She's like, this happened years ago.
DPSCD said in a statement to us in part, at this point, we have not received any concrete evidence of misconduct. Now, we did not show you the face of that administrator or name him at this point. That's because there have been no criminal charges. Now, as far as that woman that came forward by way of Michael's post, she said she has not filed a police report, but since all of this has bubbled up on social media, she is seeking the advice of an attorney. We've been talking by text earlier tonight. She's not quite ready to share her story publicly. Reporting live on Detroit's West Side, Jessica Dupnack.
Salute to Barry B, man. Barry B is in the building.
A Detroit bus driver and
Violence spilling into a West Side neighborhood after a bar brawl turns deadly.
Yikes.
Family members say Jalen Stevens died and his brother, Glenn, is fighting for his life right now. This after gunfire and a stabbing erupted outside a bar just steps from a residential neighborhood.
Now, this happened early Sunday morning, just outside of Cheetah's Nefertiti Bar and Grill. It's off of Grand River, where witnesses say a large brawl then sparked deadly violence. Lauren Kostick is live for us this evening. Lauren, the family's really frustrated. They want accountability from the business.
No, I know. I said,
That's right,
give me
Karen
my
and Yvonne. They
burrito
really
bar.
want some accountability, like you said here. We spoke with the bar. They say they're not to blame for this, but the family says that brawl started inside before spilling out into the parking lot or onto the sidewalk. All of it caught on video.
Where was security? Why nobody helped them? It was two people, and all those people, you seen the video, all them people tearing my babies up, stabbing them.
Janine Stevens angry and hurt after her one son killed and the other in the hospital. The two were attacked outside a club near Grand River and Southfield Freeway early Sunday. Video shared by the family shows the crowd being pushed outside onto the sidewalk. Then the fight turned violent when Glenn Stevens was stabbed multiple times. Minutes later, his older brother, Jalen Stevens, was shot and killed. Jalen was a father of four who went to the club to celebrate a promotion.
Y'all really took a special person from us. Y'all don't know what y'all did to us when you did that to my son. You had my sons out there. And for what? What was it all about? Why?
The family is now demanding answers and accountability, claiming the bar didn't have enough security to keep everyone safe and that the brothers were just innocent bystanders. So we reached out to the bar. The owner declined to talk to us on camera, but shared a statement saying we have never condoned, supported, or stood for violence of any kind. Our foundation has always been rooted in family, unity, and community. So far, one suspect is in custody, but the family believes more are responsible.
And I want people to come forward. Y'all know who those people was. Come forward.
Not gonna happen.
And we were able to speak to Glenn over FaceTime today. Still in the hospital, but he did tell us that he is feeling a little bit better. Also, the family will be holding a balloon release for Jalen here outside the bar tomorrow at 5.
Also tonight, a family remembers a loved one taken by gun violence. Gunfire killed LaTroy Harris outside Dee's Elegance Bar near Fond du Lac and Villard last month. Prosecutors say the man who pulled the trigger, 39-year-old Antonio Brown, still on the run tonight, more than 15 days since that deadly night. 12 News, TJ Dysart
The
with
receiver?
the victim's family
I'm
as
fucking
they
around.
grieve, and the reward now offered to find Antonio Brown.
He's a rough name, Jack.
This is my story. Oh yeah, this is my song.
The pain is written clear on the faces and the voices.
If you had to have somebody to trust, that's who you could depend on.
Words spoken through grief.
These past 3 weeks have been an emotional roller coaster.
From the family of LaTroy Harris, remembering the man they say was loyal, kind, yet taken far too soon.
And even in death, his love still stands. Rest easy, Troy.
Milwaukee police found Harris shot and killed in a bar parking lot on Milwaukee's North Side December 15th. His killer, prosecutors say, 39-year-old Antonio Brown, now charged in Harris's murder, still on the run. Harris's family grieving while waiting for an arrest.
Michael Hupy put up $25,000 reward for any information leading to his arrest. And I just want that word to get out there so they can arrest him, they can bring him to justice.
Prosecutors say this is where it all went down, Dee's Elegance Bar here on Villard Ave. They say Antonio Brown first shot one victim in the shin
That's
and
impressive,
then shot Harris 15 times, killing him. In this criminal
15 times. Yeah, I mean, these are church folk, so yeah, they cooperating.
Hey, they telling the beans and everything. Shout out to them, man.
Yeah, shout out. Oh man.
Shot one victim in the shin and then shot Harris 15 times, killing him. In this criminal complaint, prosecutors say this still image of surveillance video from outside the bar that night shows Brown aiming his gun at Harris. The first shooting victim, later identified by investigators as Harris's nephew, on the ground, survived.
Thank you, Lord, for keeping me. Thank you, Lord, for healing me.
He looked like he was with the
As
shits,
Harris's
though.
family lays him to rest, they're hoping for an arrest and the end of gun violence altogether.
The problem is obvious. It's time for us to put forth the best effort that we can into being a solution to the problem.
In Milwaukee, TJ Dysart,
What?
WISN 12 News.
Prosecutors charged Brown with first
I
degree
have no
intentional
idea.
homicide and recklessly endangering safety with a weapon. As TJ mentioned, a warrant has been issued for his arrest.
His last known whereabouts, Easter Island. Did you see that guy's head?
Jeez.
Remember when
After months of fleeing from
Remember when you stayed in New Brunswick, around New Brunswick? Something happened in Piscataway today.
A shooting?
It's shooting. Yeah, that's a nice area. I live like the next town over.
Yeah, I used to live in Piscataway all the time, man. When I was my cousin lived there.
Yeah, it's a nice town. So I was very surprised.
They always said though it was always like hood shit going on.
Hood shit because of the sons from Newark that come down there because of the football team.
Oh, okay. But yeah, I never really saw stuff, but I know.
Nah, it's a little bit, but it's nothing serious.
Yeah. Yeah. Those last two brothers, they got killed. They just was at the club. They was just, once you go to the club and you get proximal with niggas and some little shit kicks off, all this shit be little shit. Like these dudes ain't getting killed over no major shit.
I mean, they got to know better though, man. You got to go to glider bars, man, mixed bars, and where other sons look at you like, what are you doing here?
Maybe,
maybe they get mad, like, get away.
Don't tell nobody about this shit.
Exactly. That's the bars you need to go to.
Maybe instead of calling it a club, they should call it a gun. Think about this, people.
Mm-hmm.
It's not a club, it's a gun. So many people die there.
After months of fleeing from police, a Milwaukee man facing several felony charges spanning 3 separate incidents is now in custody. Fox 6's Andrew Muzu breaks down the accusations, including that the man threatened to kill his teenage daughter.
Yikes.
Prosecutors say just a couple weeks ago, 36-year-old Michael White pointed a gun at his 13-year-old daughter, punched her in the face, and kept her inside her bedroom. Now, they say that all happened right over here alongside 27th Street, but that incident isn't even the most recent one against White. These pages detail several felony charges against White. 2 of those charges stem from an incident on December 21st. In an interview with investigators, according to the criminal complaint, White's 13-year-old daughter said he got upset at her and demanded her to leave. Once she called her mother to pick her up, she says White took her phone, pulled her hair, and threw her to the ground. She told investigators later that night she returned to his house, hoping he had cooled off. But once she got there, she says he got angry again. And this time he pointed a gun at her, threw her to the floor, punched her in the face, and locked her in her room, just before threatening to shoot her. Moments later, she escaped. 8 days later, police saw White driving and tried stopping him in a parking lot near 35th and Capitol. Police say White immediately drove off, driving more than 6 miles and reaching speeds over 100 miles per hour. Video shows the pursuit ending on I-43 South near the Marquette interchange. Prosecutors say he tried to escape, but officers ended up taking him into custody. Another criminal complaint says White had been in a chase before. In November 2024, officers pulled him over, recognizing him, and that there was an active warrant for his arrest. White took off and got away after more than a mile-long chase. In total, White faces 6 felony charges, including first-degree recklessly endangering safety and child abuse. Now, White is scheduled to be back in court on January 7th for his preliminary hearing. Reporting in Milwaukee, Andrew Muzu, Fox 6 News.
What do you do with that shit? Like, God.
Yeah, it's just like is there enough prison space? Yes. But it's like they just don't want to use it, man. I don't know why. It's plenty of room.
Yeah. I mean, and I'm in the part of the factory, man, because I'm Haitian. I'm part of the factory too. But damn, what do you do?
So, sons are just it's a problem, man. Problem race. Damn. Fucking problem race, man. Yeah, but we got started early, man. We got started hella early tonight. Let's see.
According to the Jacksonville Sheriff's Office records, Victor Crispin Jr., who you see here, remains in jail tonight, accused of having a sexual relationship with a 13-year-old boy for months. Crispin was the child's teacher at one point. While researching the case, I learned that Crispin has been to
They're making my profession look bad, man.
Regarding the criminal charges, Crispin says he's innocent.
This year, I've added a new character that was not in the play last year.
This is
He's
Victor
gay,
Dennis
sweet as hell. It's
Yeah,
true.
motherfucker.
Yo, man, they're making my profession look bad right now.
Hey, let this guy near kids.
Yeah. I mean, he gives a motherfucker. Jesus Christ.
You know, especially me and Ox said, like, how glider women, they love preying on little kids and shit, like teachers and shit like that. I don't know why that shit got to be DNA.
Yeah.
Either that or it's a fetish.
Well, you can't discount the fact that a lot of white women are crazy.
Yeah, I think it's a fetish though. I think because they like dealing with younger men or younger teens, and then they got the fetish with the sons. And
they can't catch a break. They can't have sex with old men. They can't have sex with teenagers. When's a woman supposed to get what she wants?
Oh no, but this ain't no white woman right here.
Crispin has been to News4Jax in the past. And regarding the criminal charges, Crispin says he's innocent.
This year, I've added a new character that was not in the play last year.
This is Victor Dennis Crispin Jr., the CEO of Johannes Performing Arts Company, promoting a play about a year ago on River City Live. According to this police report, JSO was dispatched to a child's home, who police identify as the victim. That day, the teen boy saw Crispin walking a dog at the boy's apartment complex, and they began talking and went into Crispin's car for privacy. Someone found the teen in Crispin's car and filed a police report. The special assault unit was added to the case. Police spoke to the 13-year-old boy who said he was having a sexual relationship with his teacher, the suspect, Victor Crispin Jr., since October 14th, 2025, and that the relationship ended on December 9th, 2025, after the two were seen in the car. According to an interview with police, the teenager told Crispin he had feelings and romantic interest on October 14th. The report states the two talked through an application called Locket Link. Crispin sent messages to a female who would then send the messages to the teen boy. The arrest and booking report states the 13-year-old boy and Crispin had sexual incidents in a bathroom, library, and Crispin's car. Police say love letters were found between Crispin and the teen boy. The teen admitted a sexual encounter occurred in the car.
They talking about a mean paper trail. This nigga's cooked.
They probably would have been better off with. She turned him in, right? She must have.
I mean, locked, as they say, is a app, locked in that. It might not have been that. They said they found him in the car with the guy that day. I think that's what it was. And then I guess there was evidence of abuse. And so he got caught in the act by somebody who didn't call the police.
On December 9th as well. Crispin denied all allegations of sexual abuse towards the victim and stated that he was only...
If you're this guy, you're interviewing him, you're like, it seemed like he's a little sweet, but he seemed like a nice guy, he's doing stuff shit.
There was a time they would have never let this guy near students. They'd be like, no fucking way. And those days are long gone.
A mentor to the victim. Crispin was first charged on New Year's Eve 2025 for an authority figure solicits or engages in romantic relations with a student. Since the investigation, he was charged with an authority figure solicits or engage in lewd conduct with a student as well. That happened today. His next court date is set for January 22nd at the Duval County Courthouse. If you know anything about this case, you're asked to please contact JSO.
Wow. Good shit, man. Great show, man. What do you guys, what's your final thoughts, guys, on the night, man?
Hey, Ak, you think maybe you could take 2 minutes to take a look at that video I've just put up today?
Where is it? In the back?
It's in the back chat.
All right. Jesus Christ.
A little bit of sun crime. I was afraid there might not be any, so I made my own video.
Okay, good, man. You can never be too, don't take anything for granted, man. We might have a day on here where there's no sun crime.
Turn that volume up. Meet Cedric Lodge, a brother who made it. All the way to manager of the Harvard Medical School morgue. Cedric and his wife are now doing time for their side hustle, selling body parts out of the Harvard Medical School morgue. But in defense of Frankenstein, I get it. When you're selling body parts on the dark web or PayPal, your clientele's going to be skeevy weirdos, degenerates, perverts. A brother needs to get compensated for that toxic work environment. And Cedric's guaranteed official Harvard body parts are competitively priced. Among his dealings was a sale of $1,000 for a single transaction labeled head number 7. Oh, sure, a black man charging $1,000 a head goes to jail, but a white girl does it, and she's Woman of the Year. Speaking of face value, Cedric sold a pair of dissected faces for $600. Okay, wait. Where are we as a people? What does it mean when there's someone out there that'll pay $300 for a slightly used face? Well, I guess it means Kathy Griffin has a spare. So the news isn't all bad. Lord. Okay, the news is all bad. Then there was this odd $200 for an order labeled brains. I presume that was Uber Eats, probably for 2, so that's like farm to plate pricing. I mean, let's hope the brains were for eating and not for anything creepy. But Cedric the Centabrainer don't ask questions. He just hands over the skulls, or skin, or stillborn baby corpse, and takes money from people that look like this guy. And actually this guy. They're the same guy. Cedric is there to provide a service. Unfortunately, he couldn't provide a thumb to place on the scales of justice, and he got 8 years. His ghoulish wife was given only 1 year. As to the disparity in sentencing, we can only presume Cedric had priors. Because, well, you know. Meet Cedric Lodge.
Yo, make sure y'all subscribe to Jimmy Fields Production, man.
Yeah, check it out.
Jimmy Fields, man. We gotta get Jimmy Fields to 1,000 subs, man.
I'm halfway there.
Everybody subscribe to Jimmy Fields. Subscribe to Jimmy Fields channel, man.
Trying to be more productive this year, trying to crank them out.
You're a wild dude, man. Everybody subscribe to Jimmy Fields, man. Subscribe to Jimmy Fields channel, man. It was that was funny, man. I did that story.
Yeah, I figured you must have, because it happened in 23, and he just got sentenced at the end of December.
Yeah, I did that story. It was. I didn't know. I didn't know what would happen with him though. I didn't know what the culmination of the story was going to be though.
He had that job for 28 years.
Yeah, imagine how much time he's been doing. He's probably been doing that the whole time.
He was probably doing fine too, working at Harvard for 28 years as the manager of a fucking morgue. You got to be making, six figures by the time you're his age. And it just wasn't enough.
Yeah, it wasn't enough. It's never enough, man.
It's that wife of his, that glider queen that, she wants more stuff. She probably put him up to
it. 8 years. Some man got off easy, man.
He got off pretty easy.
People don't like that violating corpses and shit.
I think the guy that bought that stuff got 6 years. The guy with the spikes in his head, I think he got 6 years. And there's another woman who hasn't been sentenced yet. I'm going to wait for her case to drop, and maybe I'll do another video on him.
You got to stay away from crime, man.
Funny thing is, I read the headline that a Harvard morgue director sentenced, and I thought, oh fuck, I had no idea it was sun crime. It was just like a little bonus. I was going to do the story on him, and then I looked at the pictures, like, oh shit, promote this on the Nation.
Man, make sure you subscribe to Jimmy Fields' channel, man. We'll put the link up earlier next time. Get in the comment section, man. Hit the like button, subscribe. Black Columbo out.